Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Raven Rolls. Tonight we will be playing The Hunt, which is a scenario for Maximum Apocalypse RPG, and which is soon to be in Kickstarter, and just a small, simple adventure to get a feel of how the system and the setting work. And with me we have John.
Hello, I'm John. If you're familiar with the Ravens role, I've been on here probably quite a bit. And I'm going to be playing Robin, a apocalyptic time traveler or something like that. She just knows stuff and they happen to find her. She doesn't exactly understand, but we'll go with it.
All right, thank you, John. And now we have Nicholas.
Yeah. Good night. I'm gonna be playing Sin, basically a thief who's tired of hearing shit from the gods and trying to survive the apocalypse. Can't wait to see how this game goes. First time playing.
Thank you, Nicholas. And now we have the creator of Maximum Apocalypse, Scott.
Hey everybody, it's Scott. Scott Uhls, the creator of Maximum Apocalypse. I am on a different channel. Who knew that would happen someday? Anyway, yeah, I'm here to play some of my game and see how it goes and help out with this session. But you can find out more through Rock Manor, the guys that do it, or my channel at Heroic Studios Gaming.
Thank you, Scott. I'll put the links to Scott's YouTube channel and to the creators of actual Maximum Apocalypse. I'll put that all down in the comments later. Basically, Maximum Apocalypse is all the apocalypses happen, the maximum amount, and the players are survived one particular apocalypse. It's usually could be the same for some characters. These characters, it's all a different apocalypse that they survived, and they are part of a small settlement, and they were sent out to do some hunting to pick up some basically supplies for their settlement. And while they were walking through the woods, they took some effort to remain as silent as possible, despite the crunching of the autumn leaves. If there were still accurate calendars, you would suspect that you would have a month left before the winter snows begin. Just enough time to stockpile some food and prepare for the harsh winter. Checking the marks on the ground, you confirm that you are relatively close to the game that you are hunting. The tracks are freshly made about a minute or so ago, and while you can't see the creature, you can hear it just up in the brush ahead. Drawing your weapon, you look around to check for companions and prepare to take aim. But a sudden noise to your left causes you to turn your head just in time to see a large bear to come out of the woods and rush towards you. You have enough time to turn and face the creature, but in that instant, you know that there will be nothing you can do to stop it. The creature's fur is mangled and signs of necrosis are visible. This bear has been infected with the Z virus and is driven but the unyielding desire for flesh. Shouting to your companions, you raise your weapon and prepare to deal with the beast before it can get to you. So we'll start off with combat right away. And I have all the initiatives already done, actually. Scott, how is the initiative done in this?
So the initiative is a static number. It's a number like 9, 11, 15, whatever it is. And from there, we do action phases, and each action phase takes 5 away. So your static number won't really change from combat to combat, but it could change with like special abilities or like if you drink like an energy drink, it'll bump it up and things like that. So so otherwise it's static for in most cases. So like right now, because there was nothing special, we all start with our static initiative number.
Yes, for those with character sheets, you can see initiative is pre-calculated, agility plus luck, and then divided by 10. And you can see some of you will have, for example, the Sin has 3 actions. Jules has 3 as well. And Robin has 2.
To be clear, these are more like turns, because in your action phase you get to take 2 actions as your turn. So 3 turns. I don't know if somebody got muted. It got real silent, or maybe I'm not even in the thing anymore.
Oh, and I'm talking to nobody. 'cause I'm
Oh yeah,
muted.
I was like, I think somebody got muted, or did I lose everyone?
No. So yeah, the thief will go first, followed by the veteran, followed by the mechanic, and then the zombie bear. So we'll start off with Sin. What would you like to do first?
Just so I understand, there's this table here with weapon, DC thresholds, ammo, blah blah blah, and then in the end there's CP. What is CP? Like cost points, maybe.
Oh, I think those is that the craft points, Scott?
So yeah, those are component pieces, is what it stands for. That is the amount of items that go into making that object. So it's
okay.
not. It doesn't have any effect over like using it. It's just if it breaks or if you need to make one, that's what it would cost you to make it.
Okay, and ammo is the amount of
Ammunition
that I
you
have.
get, yeah.
Okay, so I see this bear coming up, and if I can, I'll just ignite a Molotov cocktail and think, okay, there's a fur, there's fire, so this should be efficient. And I just throw at him if I can. A bit panicked, but yeah, I think that will work.
So
how do I do that?
So what's your threshold for throwing the Molotov?
It's a very good question. Let me check if I can see that somewhere. So the Molotov is 85. So that's the percentile die, and then I'll roll if I have under.
Yeah,
it,
you
it's-
want to get under that number.
Oh, okay, that seems relatively. Yeah, that's fine. 12.
Yeah, your character is the throwing character.
Well, that's so. That is actually you rolled a 12. That's below a quarter. So
Yeah.
how does trying to remember how that works again?
So the bear gets to dodge, right? The bear gets to dodge. Everyone gets to take a defensive action, and so the bear has to get like a critical success to not get hit with that Molotov cocktail.
Okay, it's a percentile for the defensive action too.
Yeah. So everyone, if you look, you have also your defensive actions, like your dodge and stuff, which is right above those weapons, right? You see that defensive actions is dodge, full dodge, barrier post.
And how do I know? So
those are your defensive actions. So if someone attacks you, you get to take one of those defensive actions. So that's everyone gets to do that, and it's a opposed roll is what we're doing right now. So you are throwing the Molotov cocktail to hit the bear, and the bear gets to try to make a defense. But you got your 1/4, so you got an amazing success. So the bear has to get greater than amazing success to not get hit. So it essentially has to roll a 0-0-1 to not get hit.
Okay.
Yes, and I did not. Well, if I move the dice around, I rolled 10%.
Well, yeah, even if you do that,
Yeah.
10%.
Yeah, no, it's not enough. I rolled a 10. So the bear doesn't have time to move out of the way of the Molotov. And if you want, you can roll your damage.
So yeah, where is the damage? Because
So
I
the
see
da-
there's traits.
So the DC is your damage code. If you look at the chart right to the left of the weapon chart, it says
Yeah.
damage code DC.
Oh yeah, H
Molotov is
1d6
H,
plus 3.
Yeah. You
So the
got it.
damage would be 4.
Did you roll a 1?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
And then I have to roll burns for 1d6 rounds. So do I have to run to roll another d6?
yeah,
See for how many rounds he burns.
that's the trait, right?
Another one. Yes.
All right.
At least I hit him.
So
Yeah, it sounds
basically,
like-
yeah, he didn't. Bear didn't dodge, but you just clipped him on the side.
Yeah, you know, the glass didn't break at the right time or something. You know.
The fur is wet. So.
Yeah, right. It doesn't quite catch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, so that was 4 damage.
Yeah, and I think it only makes one round, so it's only this round, right?
Yeah, well, so this round is broken up into 4 action phases, so it'll actually be burning for a bit. But yeah, technically, it's just this round.
Oh, but does the damage repeats
Yeah.
in this round? Oh, okay, so it's not that bad.
Well, it'll repeat. In theory, it repeats next round. I mean, in theory, it should be you get at least next round's damage, and then it would die out. But I mean, that's up to the GM's decision, and I'm not that today.
Well, we'll just move on and see if it survives long
Yeah,
enough.
it may not even survive long enough for that to matter. Oh, is it me next then, or is it Robin? I can't remember.
You're ahead of me, Jules.
Okay, well then I guess it's my action. Is that right, Paul? Paul's muted again. Okay. Oh, he's resetting his headset. Okay, that makes sense. Well,
Maybe if I unmute, that might help.
yeah, right. Yeah, that was what I was like. You're like doubly muted, probably.
Yeah, that was yeah. So
All right.
okay, so yes, you are next.
Okay. So this is a zombie bear, and we recognize it's a zombie bear, and I probably wasn't hunting with like a baseball bat. So I am going to be using the crossbow. I don't want my dog to go fight this thing because if it's a zombie, then there's a chance of infection. So I think I'll just go ahead and do something lame. I'm going to take aim. That's gonna be my first action. To take aim, which will grant my character advantage on this shot, and then which is an extra 10s die for those that are following along. And then I'm going to shoot at it with the crossbow, looking for a 45 or below. Okay, well, that sucks. I rolled a 78 or an 88, so with my advantage, I take the 78, which is too high, so my shot goes wild.
Actually, if you could talk about you were aiming, how?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So the way that actions work in combat, you get to take multiple, like all kinds of different things, like reloading or moving or attacking. Those are all actions you can take during combat. Take aim is one of the actions you can take where it grants you an advantage die on your percentile roll. So you add an extra 10s die to the mix, and you look for the lower number rolled if you take aim. Now, the thing about the advantage is that you can also have disadvantage, and so you want to pay attention. And if you have disadvantage from something like it's too far away, or like if you're also doing something like you're sliding down a rope, then you can take aim, for example, to negate that disadvantage and then just roll your regular thing. So I took aim to try to get a little bit of advantage because my character doesn't have a very good attack threshold for the crossbow, but it didn't help. So that's what happened there.
So did you say how many can you take? Is it take
Oh.
aim? Yeah, how many you could do on each phase of the combat?
So yeah, so each action phase, when it comes to your turn, you can take 2 actions. And the actions they can only be 2 attack actions if you have like a special ability or a weapon that allows you multi-attack. Like I think everyone, if you look at the current character sheets, if you see unarmed brawl, there's multi-attack too. You can attack with both fists as your combat actions, right? You can go fist 1 and then fist 2. But other actions you might take in combat would be things like moving, taking aim, hiding, searching around for stuff, things like that are all actions you can take, and you can take 2. So you could like move and then attack, or you can attack, or you could take aim and then attack, or you could move and then hide, things like that on your turn. And then at the end of all the action phase, or all the actions in the first action phase, at the beginning of the round of combat, we'll minus the 5. And that's where your next turn comes in. That's where the next number comes in. So like I have 11. When everyone has taken actions, he'll minus 5, and then I'll have 6, and then I would go on 6. We just go like that. We just keep going in the order from highest to lowest until everyone's out of that number, or we reach 4 action phases, and then the combat round resets.
All right, thank you, Scott.
Yeah.
And all right, now Robin is up.
Okay, who is closest of our range characters to getting mauled by this beast? I'm sure it's charging at someone.
Right now, you guys are probably all very close, but I will. Let's see
Okay,
how-
then in that situation, what I want to do is move slightly forward and ready my rebarb spear, similar to a pikeman, fortifying it to let us have its reach before we get mauled by this critter. Because unfortunately, all I really have are thrown knives.
Okay.
I don't know if there is the equivalent of a ready action, but I'm basically just trying to fortify myself. Being this skinny little girl, trying to hold the pike just right to stop it from getting us all.
I think the way I could say, if and Scott can clarify this, you could probably do a take aim that give you advantage. And I don't know, is there really a hold action?
There most certainly is, yeah.
And is that just, it doesn't change your initiative? You just
No,
Okay.
you just are waiting until a certain trigger. It either happens or it goes away. That's sort of how it boils down.
okay. So
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I just am trying to figure out, because unfortunately none of these character sheets actually have it.
So the like fortifying your staff in the ground, is that what you're trying to say?
Basically, I'm trying to set it like a pikeman does,
Which means like setting it solidly in the
bracing it
ground?
against the ground so that anyone that charges in at you gets your spear, and
yeah,
it uses its own momentum against them.
I would say, yeah, you basically use the take aim action.
Yeah.
And so that gives you advantage on your attack roll if it comes within range of you.
Yeah, and with the spear, I think one of the characteristics should say that it has reach, right?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
the reason why I'm using it.
Yeah. So that means that it will get, you can hit it with it when it's at short range rather than at close range. Close range is like when it's right on top of you, and then short range is when it's a move away. You can hit it when it's short range. It's a question of how far is it from us at the moment.
Yeah, it's still. I saw the range bands a second ago. Okay, so it is probably at 2 moves away. So is two moves the reach?
No, so he moved. Well, so 2 moves away. Yeah, that's mid range. That's totally makes sense. That's where it would be. If he moved 1 forward, he could literally just attack it right now because he could reach 1 more forward. So he would move 1 forward, and then it's in short range from him, and then he just hits it.
I would rather let it come to me and do it as a pike action to get the advantage
Sure.
because I had to move.
Yeah. that's
So,
fine.
so reach does 1 range increment.
Yeah, he can attack the 1 range increment from him.
Right.
So,
Okay. So you guys are all close range. The bear is still mid range from you. So 2 movement.
I'm just wanting to give them another round of shots before it can actually maul us.
yeah, I think what his plan is he wants to move forward 1. If I'm understanding correctly, he wants to move forward the 1 distance, thus putting it at short range. But instead of attacking it, he's going to use take aim essentially to get that extra die, and then wait for the bear to do its thing. And when it does its thing, he can essentially try to stab it with the spike. Will it'll impale itself rather than him. He's essentially trying to set himself up for like the repost type thing, but without using the initiative. Essentially, what he's trying to say.
Okay,
So
that
on the
works.
bear's action, if the bear runs toward him, it will impale itself. Is what he's trying to say.
Okay,
Yep.
that works. So you've stepped forward, braced your rebar spear, and you're waiting for the bear to come at you.
Correct.
All right, which is
I'm basically trying to buy them around
Yeah, he's trying to hold it
without
off
getting
for a round.
myself mauled.
Yeah, so it can't run. Essentially, he's really trying to stop it from being able to move the 2 distances toward us as its action, right? So it'll have to move 1, take the damage, and then be stuck there, and then we can fight it. Is what he's trying to have set up.
all right. So the bear moves up and it gets hit with the rebar spear. It comes charging at you. So roll your threshold to see
And
if you...
I know you had advantage, Scott, but
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure exactly how you stated that it works.
Okay, so what you'll do is you have for your percentile die roll, you're going to add an additional tens die, so another tens die. So you have the tens die and you have the ones die, right? Essentially, you're going to add another tens die, and then when you roll it, since you want to roll as low as possible in this game, advantage means you would choose the lower of the tens dice as your tens number. Does that make sense?
Okay, that's interesting. I'll go with it.
Basically, yeah, you substitute. Yeah, you can put the dice, that extra dice, into the. You can substitute one of the other dice with the third one.
Unfortunately, it didn't really help me much because both rolls will end up being a 42.
Yeah. See, that same thing happened to me. It was an 80. It was like an 88 or a 78 or something like that, and it was like, it didn't really help.
But I still managed to hit
Yeah, there you go.
the threshold by 3. So
Yeah.
All right, so the bear can attempt to dodge. Let's see.
Well, so that's essentially the question that's posed by his sort of action. Are you saying the bear gets to dodge or does it not get to dodge? That's up to you.
You know what? I like the idea of it. So we'll say the bear did not get to dodge.
Right, because it wasn't expecting it.
Right. So you didn't
Yeah.
have to roll to hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could see that still being a thing. Like, 'cause
Well,
it
yeah,
may
you have to try to
fine.
hit it. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's say it doesn't get to dodge; it loses its
Right.
dodge.
Yeah. So
And
you either hit it or you don't.
So yeah, you managed to set the charge right at the right location, and you can roll your damage.
Nice.
well, it's an H code, so that's 1d6 plus 3,
yeah.
and I just rolled a 6, so it takes 9.
9.
And I'm hoping that my metal rebar spear holds because otherwise I'm next on lunch.
Well, and so hey, that's actually so sorry not to jump in and and stop the GM from saying something, but the to answer Nicholas's earlier question about the CP, this would be a time where that might play an effect here because the game master might decide that because this bear is like putting all its weight on the spear, that it does a certain number of damage to the spear because of its weight, and if that's higher than that CP number, it cracks. Right? Does that make sense?
That is entirely possible.
Yeah.
Or
not. I'm just saying this might be a time when you could use that number in an applicable situation, as we were discussing.
Well, its CP is 6.
Right.
Yes. No, I'm just gonna pull up stats I have for the bear. Let's see.
I'm not. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
in the module there's some stats for the bear, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Because if it did damage to the spear based on the CP, it would destroy. It would break the rebar spear.
Yeah, it probably would. But it's a question of whether or not you want it to do any like CP damage to the rebar or not. That's like I said, that's not written in the module, right? This is just something to answer the question, like, why do we need to know the CP number? This would be a place where we might want that.
So, how would you go about doing the damage for the bear? To see, would you roll a d6 or would you?
I
roll
would just roll a d6, see how it pans out.
Okay. Well, I'll wait. Yeah, I'll do that right now because that's as a side effect. What happens?
Yeah, it's the end of the round or end of the action phase. So.
Oh, it's the bear's turn anyway.
Yeah, right. That's what I mean.
So what I think I will do instead, the bear has. Oh, hold on a second here. So as the bear can do several actions, and I think the first thing it's going to try to do is it's going to try to squirm, and it'll try to do damage, just a d6 worth of damage, and see if that's enough. Actually, I'm going to choose to do a different amount of damage, but no modifier, just straight up roll. And you can feel your spear bending, but it's holding. It's not getting the proper leverage to bend the spear, but it manages to pull itself off, and it doesn't look too happy. And so, just going to take a moment here, talk amongst yourselves.
I mean, that was pretty cool. You did hold it off, though. It didn't move forward after that. So that gives us a little bit of distance for another shot at it.
So have you had anyone throw that curveball at you?
Nope, never heard that before. But like this system that I was just explaining with the CP, that's exactly the reason it exists, is for something like this.
How would the spear be made again?
So it's easy. A spear is just an item. So when it gets, say, bent, right, then what we would do is after the combat's over, probably because that's the best time to try to do it, we would then, one of us would try to do a crafting roll, a crafting skill roll to repair it. And then like we would, if there was, so like say it took, I don't know, we don't know how much damage it took, but say it took like 5 CP damage, and the person has to roll to like the crafting and then add a number of CP back to it based on the success of the roll. So like if you look at the backside, the final page of the character sheet where it says repair, treatment, levels, and dice rolls, essentially you'd roll the crafting roll a regular base because we're out of combat. And if you get 1 success or higher, like 1 degree of success or higher, you roll 2d4 plus 1 per degree of success. So it'd be 2d4 plus 1 if you just got a regular success, 4d4 plus 2 if you got a 2 degrees of success, etc. And then you just need to put, say, like it got 5 damage. You just need to put 5 CP back into it, and then it's repaired and it's ready to go.
So you don't actually need the material. You just need to repair
You do
it
need the
somehow.
material. CP is a resource that you use. It's the component pieces that you carry on you. Everything is made of CP and everything breaks down. So we could, if we didn't have the 5 CP to put back into it, we could scavenge it, which is what your salvage special stat's for. Or you could take one of the things that you currently have in your inventory, break it apart, get the CP from that, and then use that CP. So you could say take your backpack or something and tear it into strips and then use that to like bend it back in place or whatever, and then those just stay with it, and that's how you repaired it.
And the CP, that's a GM perspective?
No, it's a player perspective. It's
no, but I mean, if you need If you say, "Oh, I'm gonna salvage this
Yeah.
thing," anything is worth only 1 CP, or there's things that are worth more than 1 CP
No,
because of the
everything's worth
material.
more than 1 CP. So what you would do? So let's say you said I want to salvage. I mean, this adventure covers that when we get to it, but he's gone, so we'll answer this question now. If when you go to say I want to salvage CP from the world, right? Because you're salvaging, you're gonna roll your salvage special stat, right? It's that number that your instinct plus luck divided by 2. It's in the center of the first page of your character's actual character sheet. It's like right below all the skills and stuff. So you roll that number, and if you get below the threshold, which is the big number, like 52 or 60 or 35 or 45 or whatever, then you found 1d4 component pieces, 1d4 CP in the environment. And so you'd roll that and find out. So like if I were to do that right now, say I got a success, I rolled my d4, I got 4. So I got 4 CP just by scavenging around. If I got the second number, the half number of that, then I would roll 2d4, and so I'll roll that now. I would have gotten 7 CP. And if I had gotten the 1/4 number, I roll 3d4. I don't have a third d4, so I'll reroll this one. I would have gotten 8 CP. See how that goes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but we'll see when it comes.
Yeah, but that's when you do the salvaging. You want to find stuff, and you could find items, but there's not going to be. You will never find an item that has less than 2 CP. So if you just salvage for items, you're going to get at least 2 CP each time you salvage. If you get successes, right? If you fail,
how do you lose CP?
You use it to craft stuff.
No, but I mean, how do you? Does the item break by using it, or is it?
Nope.
Just if someone tries to break it.
Some items break down when you use them because that's sort of inherent with them. Like if you burn your Molotov cocktail, for example, that just goes away, right? There's no more CP left. You burned it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then other items, they don't ever break unless you take the time to break them apart. Like I have a compass, for example, as one of my items. It will always be a compass unless I decide to take it apart for its pieces. Or the game master says something like the bear hit your backpack and you take 5 CP worth of damage, so something in your inventory breaks, right? Another example is I've got a crowbar. Crowbar will essentially always be there unless I lose it as an item somehow, like I fall into a river and I drop it, or if I break it apart, try to use it for something else by sawing it to pieces or whatever.
Yes, I need a bunch of crowbars to make a staff out of.
I mean, I don't know how many. Your character sheet should have a number of CP that's probably already in your inventory. Maybe you don't. Maybe it's 0. But like Jules has 15 in Jules's inventory. 15 CP.
Just saying, because you said your crowbar is unbreakable.
I didn't say it was unbreakable. I said it could be broken down into 5 CP.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but this is an exact thing. Let's say we're talking about this rebar spear, right? Let's say it does break, and you want to make a suitable replacement. Well, I could hand you my crowbar, and you could just make some modifications to it, and voila, a new spear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out how to get it more CP.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Robin has CP, and I'm pretty sure Robin has CP. I think it's like core to Robin's existence to have CP.
Yeah, you gave me 15.
Yeah. And then Sin, I'm not sure if Sin has any CP or not.
I have 1.
Oh, see, there you go. Look, you got 1.
Okay.
Well, hey, you're back.
I was just listening in. Robin and Jules has just some raw components.
Right.
But
We've been surviving long enough that we've had to gather them from the environment.
yes. So yeah, you could take the crowbar, add 1 component to it and create a new rebar spear type thing.
Yeah. You know, you
Maybe
could do something like maybe you wanted to add a laser guided crowbar, right? Maybe that's what you want to do. Just kidding. No, but that's the idea, is that everything can be crafted and changed and melded in this game.
Yeah, sorry about. Let me step out. I'm actually babysitting one of my nephews. My wife took the other 3 out, so.
All good.
So yeah, we're actually back at the top of the to the next second
Second action phase.
second action phase with Robin,
Yeah.
then Jules and Sin, and then the bear.
Does the bear have a second action?
The
phase?
bear, yes, the bear.
Okay,
Yeah, just
cool.
barely.
Just barely, right? And then it doesn't have a third one. That's where
Just barely.
That's where Robin. Is it Robin and I? Yeah, Robin and I will then continue doing stuff while it can't do anything.
Yeah, you both have a third.
Yeah, right. So let's do it.
Oh, sorry, not Robin. I apologize. It's sorry, Sin, Jules, Robin.
Okay, yeah,
yeah, and then Sin.
that
and
makes
Jules.
sense. That actually makes a
Yeah.
lot more sense.
Okay, so now it's my turn, right?
Yes.
Sure. So I think the bear is stuck on the spear, right?
No, it squirmed trying to break off, but then it basically I took its 2 combat actions. One was and it took 2 of them to get off, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, basically, it's not technically on the spear, but it hasn't moved from where the spear is, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, it thrashed around, did not break the spear, and then slid off of it, and it's right in front of Robin.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move next to Robin if I can, and I want to use my chain. Like I don't know exactly what kind of a chain I have. I just don't have a chain.
I have reach, so if you move beside me, you're still going to be out of
I
close.
have reach too. The chain has reach as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can stay right where you are and use the chain if you want to.
I mean, yeah, as long as I can hit it with the chain, which is reach.
Yeah, you are at Jules and Sin are at close range. Robin and
So-
the bear are at short range.
Right.
Well,
right. The
okay.
bear's short range from us because it's
Okay,
relative
so I
to
can hit
us,
him
yeah.
from where I
Yeah.
am. So I just want to know what is uses wrangle skill.
So you look up. So your character has the skill, is theoretically proficient in the skill wrangle. Is that correct? If you look up at your character sheet in the center, there's all those skills, and it should have like a P next to wrangle.
I
Next to what?
don't see Wrangle. Where
Wrangle's under the agility. Okay,
Oh,
so
sorry.
when you look at when you look at the skill section, which is like right in the center
Oh,
of the
yeah,
first
yeah.
page,
P
there's
wrangle,
strength,
yeah.
agility, etc., and wrangle right down there at the bottom of the agility stack should have a P.
But why would I want to use that?
That's
Why was
the that's the skill you'd use to use the whip. So you're
So-
using what you're gonna do is you just use that skill.
think of a lasso.
Yeah,
That's what,
but like the chain is just using
yeah.
you're just using a whipping action, but that's the skill that it uses to do that.
Sure, but I still roll the threshold 85.
Yeah, exactly. That is correct. Because all of the skills, so the skills don't have individual stat numbers for rolling. They're tied directly to those stats they're linked to. So any of the things in the agility stack are going to roll off of the agility number. Right? Anything in the
Sure.
intelligence stack is roll off that.
So I
agility
rolled
number.
below the threshold 51.
So
which
basically,
isn't-
if you're not proficient, I believe it's disadvantage.
Correct. That's where the advantage disadvantage thing comes in. Yeah.
Proficient is straight up roll. Skilled is, I think you add 5% to your base,
Mhm.
and then you can recalculate the half and
Yeah.
quarter threshold.
Exactly. Yeah.
Trained is 10%, and mastered is 15. But I don't think anyone. No, some people are skilled in this. Like
Yeah.
Some people have
skilled
skilled
in
stuff.
Perception.
Yeah. Right.
So I hit it, I think, because I was below the threshold.
Yes.
Yeah, so you
And-
succeeded. He's got to roll the dodge to see if he got out
Yeah.
of the way. Yeah.
83. That is nowhere near a dodge.
Nice. And then I did 4 damage on the bear.
Yeah,
shield.
it's hard to tell. It's not really bleeding, but you've the group of you've taken off quite a bit of its flesh, and like it's a lot more bone is just hanging
Right.
exposed.
It's necrosis.
So is it still burning? Because that wasn't.
Oh, would
Resolved.
Would he roll burning damage again, or no? How does that? Was it-
No, in theory, the burning damage will be at the end of the actual round itself. Then it will take burning damage if it's still alive.
Oh, okay.
Because I rolled 1 round, so I don't know if it was the other round or if it's this one. Which one?
We're still in the same round.
We're the same round.
This is the second action phase of the first
So
round.
the combat round is broken into 4 action phases. We're in the second.
Oh,
action
so the
phase.
damage is in the end of each action phase.
Yeah. So at the end, at the end of the round, which is after 4 action phases or until we run out of actions, then it will take the damage again.
Oh, okay. Now just the damage from the chain.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, the 4 damage.
right. And was that actually all you did was the chain?
Yeah, you just whipped. You can do something else. Except
wanna-
whip again. You can't whip again.
We should have given you you could have done the aim if you wanted to. But,
No, I'm fine. I whipped him. I did
Yeah.
the damage.
right.
So I think
All
it's
right.
good.
Okay. Then we'll move on to Jules.
Okay. I am going to take a step back. I know that at short range, I actually have yeah. It's disadvantage because technically a crossbow is a bow. So I don't want to stay where I'm at. Oh, no, wait. It's short range. Oh, sorry. I thought it was a close range. Yeah, no, I'm going to use that advantage. I'm going to stay where I'm at first. I think I'm going to shoot and then move back is what I think I'm going to do. So I'm going to shoot the crossbow one more time and then step back. Oh, man. I got a 003. That's an amazing success. That is less than 1/4. So good luck on the dodge, bear.
I know.
Did
Nope.
you roll a 001?
Yeah. No. 84. 84. Not even close.
Not even close.
This
Sorry.
bear is dead, and it's basically just you don't know how it's hanging on to life. What's a Z
Took
virus?
5 damage though.
It is still alive. Isn't the right word, but it is still moving around.
All right. Right. So then I'm going to use my second action to step back. It's kind of a dick move, because I'm leaving them closer, but I'm stepping
Not
back.
at all.
You,
If
you've
you're
let-
doing range, you should be moving back. That's my job.
My dog. The dog hasn't acted at all, but that's fine because I don't want it to. Just remember that it technically has its own actions, but I don't want it to get in close combat with this bear. So
Well, it hasn't attacked anybody yet.
Yeah.
So
No, it hasn't
you
done
guys are
anything.
lucky. You guys are lucky.
yeah.
But then that would make it Robin's turn now. You are face to face with this undead abomination.
I'm gonna maneuver myself at the edge of my reach and try to pivot so that it will repose onto the staff again, the spear again. I know it's a dangerous move, but to be honest with you, I don't want to get any closer than I already am. And this is the only thing I've got with any sort of reach.
I'm gonna say because yeah, you could. It's exactly what you did before, so I'll allow it again. And basically,
If you
roll-
want to call it a repose, that's cool too. I'll even take the -3 penalty, which will mean I don't get an action next turn.
Oh, I guess that would. Yeah, that's fine. It's basically roll to hit because it's coming at you.
Well, so riposte is a defensive action, so he wouldn't do that unless the bear tried to attack him.
Yes.
Okay, well, then I am going to aim again or ready myself to hit it.
Well, basically, what you did last time, you moved and you aimed mechanically. So you're doing the same thing. You wait for it to.
I'm less moving, more aiming and hitting,
Oh, you
and
want to hit it?
readying a repose.
Well, you don't have to ready the repose. That's a defensive action. So you could hit it right now and try to
And
finish it
still,
off.
yeah, you could hit it now and then still riposte if it attacks you. You don't have to. waste
Okay,
the-
that is a 3.
That is very good. That is below a quarter. So go ahead and roll your damage. Oh no!
That's another 7 at it, and I'm trying to pin it in place. Trying to make it where it has to use its action to get away from me.
Sorry, how much
And then
damage?
to try to come back in.
Sorry, how much damage was that?
7.
Well, it looks like you and it came. So you go to hit it, and it looks like it stopped moving.
So do we?
Yeah, it's not
It
moving.
stopped
anymore.
moving, huh?
Yeah. You basically on your turn you decided to aim and stab it with your spear, and it stopped moving. It looks like it might be dead.
I'm gonna if nothing happens for a moment, I'm gonna get closer to it with my baseball bat, which doesn't actually have reach. It just has versatile. I'm just gonna try to poke it from as far away as I can get, just to make sure it's not still alive. Just poke.
Yeah, it's doesn't look like it's moving anymore.
Okay. As I think it's dead, like real dead.
Yeah, I look at Robin. You're crazy, girl.
Yeah, what
You
was
see-
that? Like you didn't even move
The
away.
size of this bear.
This thing could eat you whole, child.
Well, I figured it's better than letting it maul all of us. And it'd have to reach me first. Why do you
Yeah.
think
Oh,
I carry
that's-
this big damn thing?
That's fair.
Do you think this is light?
And you hear Jake. He's basically Jake is an older gentleman. He knows this area like back of his hand. Well, he knows a little bit about it, and not more than you guys do. But he's actually been injured, so he's old and he has a like a bit of a walking stick. So he couldn't really participate in the combat. And he comes up and says, "Leave her alone. She's I think she was probably the best one here to get in front. So that was a good job."
I'm not saying it wasn't a good job.
Yeah.
It was fine. I'm saying
With that, she'll
self-preservation,
pull
child.
the spear out and do whatever they do to disinfect or whatever, because you got to clean your gear out here when you're facing stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. It's pretty wise for a young person.
I seem to know things more than what it seems, but we'll move on.
Well, you were kind of you were lucky too, but it was
And with that, I'm gonna take a evaluation of my spear, and if there's any repairs I need to do, I'll go ahead and take care of that.
yeah, Jake says you pretty lucky, but then again, you always seem to be. But that was
And with that, I give him that impish young girl's grin of, yeah. I always prove that, don't I?
yeah. You don't want that thing biting you. So yeah, we probably want to.
I kept it away from me.
Oh no.
it was either I do this or I just stand there. Either way, I was screwed.
Right, I'm saying that it was brave of you to keep everyone else safe. And
Yeah, I think Jake's trying to give you some praises. He's just bad at it.
yeah, well,
And I pat Mutt on the head. I'm like, all right, dog, let's go move along.
probably want to. Yeah, we'll burn the body. We don't want that thing. I don't know if it will infect someone else. I'm not too familiar. Actually, maybe I am.
Maybe he is, yeah.
Maybe I don't know schizophrenia here.
Because I have the hunter scientist character. So,
Yeah.
what would be a good role for that? I guess
For knowing whether it would burn well
Yeah.
or not. I mean, whatever. We could do it. I've got isopropyl alcohol. So I know that I can spend some of my CP on that to like pour alcohol on it, and then we can just somebody's got a
try
lighter
burning it,
matches.
you'll
We can just
see.
light it. Yeah,
Okay, that's probably yeah. We'll just burn it. Yeah,
just burn
that's
it. Whatever. Who cares? Like either way.
Is it a
Yeah.
good idea though?
Yeah.
Would it bring other creatures around this fire?
Well, it might, but if it does, we're not going to stay here, right? Like we're not
Oh.
planning on staying here.
No.
But what if we want to have? Maybe we'll have to come back from at the same place.
Well,
Maybe.
Well, we'll see. We're going a little further out before we set up camp.
Oh yeah.
We'll
See.
do some hunting there, and then we'll move to. If that doesn't work, I know another area, and we may come back this way. We may not. I don't know. Depends what we find. We have enough supplies for maybe a few more days, and with some scavenging what we can on the trail.
Yeah. Anyone got a lighter or some matches? I say as I'm pouring the isopropyl alcohol on it. I'm gonna reduce the CP by 2, which is like a decent amount of alcohol.
Well, it doesn't say
Okay.
here that I have a lighter, but I suppose I have one. 'cause
Okay,
I'm
I've
using
got a toolkit
Molotov
and a
cocktails.
rebar spear. Can I do it the old-fashioned way and just flick some sparks?
Oh yeah, man! Like that would just be a survival roll. Like, you
Yeah.
just dig some rocks and stuff.
All right, so give me a survival roll. Robin is.
Or can I use mechanics?
Yeah, you're proficient in mechanics. Jules is skilled in survival.
Yeah, I mean, I could
either
do it.
one.
I guess.
Mechanics is my stock and trade.
All right.
Yeah, it's
go
the
ahead.
skill used for repairing electrical and mechanical items, though. I'm not sure what you're intending.
Yeah, I think it'd be more of a survival to do that. So, I guess we'll have Jules do a survival, or
Oh, yeah, I can
Rob.
do that.
I'm
Robin-
proficient. I can give it a try.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'll give you advantage on that since Jules is probably telling you how to do it.
Yeah, I'm probably going, oh, well, all right, kid. So you're going to take out those 2 sticks and you're going to.
When he starts to tell me what to do, I take the same rebar spear that I normally use to light fires with. You see her kind of just take this piece of flint or whatever and just strike it really quick. And all of a sudden, that's a roll of 37, which is way below my instinct.
Yeah. So there's no problem. You light it. You get a nice fire going. You you find
And
enough.
she casually turns away as soon as she strikes the spark. I know it's going to catch. Don't worry.
Yeah, and you find there's enough dried.
All
Some you guys have
leaves
enough
and stuff,
leaf
right?
stuff, yeah, to
Yeah.
put it on there and create a nice little fire. You know it's safe. It's not gonna burn the whole place down. There's a little bit of an opening, a clearing, so you set it up in there. Basically, so you guys keep walking, and about almost another half day of walking through the woods. Your group comes to a clearing that has a single lamppost in the center.
Did my repair on the staff cost any CP?
It wouldn't have. Oh wait, you're repairing the rebar. That's sorry, I forgot. Yeah.
Well, the rebar wasn't really. Well, I did one damage, but I wasn't really counting. You're fine. It wasn't damaged. It didn't break. It bent a little.
Okay.
Your tip got a little duller.
Yeah. So I didn't.
Uh,
I didn't really take off any CP of it. If it did more, maybe, but not worried
Okay.
about
I just want to make sure, because if any of this happens again, I don't want it to break because I didn't maintain it.
that. No. That was just something we were trying. It's not damaged. Well, it's a probably rusty spear, but it's in as well as the condition as it was before. So as I said, you guys you come across a lamppost in a clearing, and it seems that this area was once part of a jogging path or maybe a city trail in some metropolis. And Jake, he's your guide here, and he stands up straight using his walking stick for support, and he towers probably over most of you, if not all of you. He's 6'2", and he takes a deep breath and says, "This is it. We're here, where we're camping for the night. We're gonna want to get this lamp going, find some basic tubers or something else to eat, set out the traps to see if we can't bag a rabbit or two before sundown. Have any volunteers?" And he lets his heavy backpack. You find it strange. He limps around, but he carries this big, huge backpack that he tosses to the ground, lands at his feet, and you hear a loud clang. He opens it up and says, he opens up and lets the contents spill out. And he looks at each of you fondly, like you were his own children. And he says, and he waits for you guys, and he goes and sits down actually on a large rock. We'll take a few minutes. We'll let Nicholas needs to reconnect.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll ask Nicholas, are you there?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So basically, he drops his large backpack on the ground. Some of the contents spill out. Not very quiet, but you can, if you go through his bag, he looks like he has a repair kit in there with only one component on CP remaining on it. 3 traps in there that look like they're like hunting lures, probably to catch the rabbits. Fishing line, a lithium-ion battery. Looks like he has a pup tent. He has a can of beans, enough for 2 units of food. How many units does a person need a day, Scott?
It depends on their size. Average sized people, which are like between 50 and 100, need 2 food units a day. Anything below that's 1 food unit, and anything above that becomes 2. If you get to like 150, it becomes 3, etc. Or I'm sorry, it's 3, and then it becomes 4 if it's 150 or above.
So the size unit. What page is that?
So the size on the character sheet's on the second page of the character's actual sheet. So it'll say like 0 to 49 is -1 for the DC mod 1 food unit requirement. 50 to 99, 2 food units. 150 to 149, 3 food units. 150 to 199, 4 food units, etc.
Oh, the build.
Yeah, it's the build number. So, like for example, I think that so I'm 65. It means that I'm an average sized person, so I have to eat 2 food units a day.
Sin is actually bigger than you at 70.
Yeah, only slightly. It's because
Yeah.
I'm a little bit older, so I'm a little bit frailer, you know.
Yeah, I think everyone is probably going to be under 100. I don't see.
Yeah, most people are, unless they've specifically tried to become like a bulky character. And I think all 3 of us have chosen average sized or maybe slightly below that, but not. Like basically the fireman, the firefighter archetype, and the Ronin archetypes are the only ones that I'm aware of that are over 100.
We'll say Jake is the same average size. He's taller, but he's a little scrawnier. We'll go with this character sheet at 60.
Yeah,
So-
okay. There you go. So yeah, he needs food too. So all told, the 4 of us plus my dog, my dog's build is 90. Okay, so all of us plus my dog, we're gonna need 6 food units? No, sorry. What am I talking about?
5.
No.
So
1,
the dog.
2, 3, 4,
2.
5 of us. 10 food units.
Right. Okay.
10 food units.
So there is he has a can of beans. Where
So we have 2 there. And we
Yes.
gotta come up with more. Yeah.
And yeah, he's sitting down, just catching his breath. If you can ask him any questions, he does know the area, but he's going to let you guys decide. He's training you guys
To know the area.
to know the area, to survive. Because if he's not around, you guys have to figure out how to hunt for food without him.
Yeah, that's true.
He's a bit older. We'll just start off. We'll do the same order as the initiative. Sin, do you have anything you like to do to either set up the camp, hunt for something, or you can ask questions?
Ask
Scavenge.
questions. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a tent. I don't know if anyone else has it.
There is a pup tent as well. No, the pup tent. How many people? 1 or 2?
2 people are the pup tent. Yeah.
Okay, so you have enough for the 4 humans.
Yeah.
At
Do
least.
I have a pup tent? I do not have a pup tent. So 4 people can say, hey, you know what? That makes sense though. 4 are like on watch, right?
Oh yeah.
Like
there's at
if
least
somebody's on watch, then we'll be fine. Yeah, we'll be okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plus, like I'm
so-
sure that Mutt and I are used. I'm sure that Mutt and I sleep outside all the time. We just curl up together. It's fine.
So it's probably 1 for Robin and Sin and Jake take the other.
Yeah,
pup.
and then Jake takes the other one by himself. Yeah.
Yeah, being a thief, I think Sin would actually be very keen on searching stuff. So
Scavenging.
maybe
Yeah.
yeah. I think I'd go scavenging something.
Yeah.
Scavenge
Okay.
something. I'll ask the guy. What do
So
you know of the area? What could we find here of value?
Well,
Where should I go?
scavenging. I don't know what you'll find scavenging, but I know there's a slow-moving river northeast of here, I believe, and let's see. And then just out in different directions, you might find some rabbits out in that direction over there. He points east. It could be some
How
over there.
about
You have to check.
unmoving
You have to.
targets?
Sorry.
Unmoving targets.
Well, yeah. There's
Somewhere canned food, anything like that.
in this area, no. As the food here, we were coming to find. You could try to find some tubers or berries, maybe. There, I don't know if there could be some berries. It's a little early in the season, but you might find some that are not too bitter. But yeah, so you want to go scavenging for foraging for edible fruits, vegetables, something like that. You can give me a survival skill check.
Well, yeah. If he's going for scavenging for foodstuffs, he could also be just scavenging for gear stuffs.
Oh, do you want to? You can look for. He can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna go scavenge for anything that I believe to be useful.
Oh yeah, you can go looking for anything useful. Now, basically, the way I'll tell you, there is 3 hours until the sun is down. Each action that you attempt, talking is not an action. There's a few things that aren't full actions, but every main action you do takes an hour. So if you're going foraging for edible food or components, that'll take an hour. So everyone there's the 3 of you in 3 hours. So we have 9 hours of actions, basically.
So if I'm scavenging for anything useful, is it still survival or is it something else?
It's still survival, I think, to search for something, I believe. Or no. Actually, probably survival to find something for food and stuff. And I guess perception would be looking for things.
That'd be like looking for predators or stuff. So the scavenging stuffs, right? The salvage is going to be the stat used for finding things. Tracking will be the skill used for finding food that's in the form of an animal that you're killing. And then survival would be for the foraging of berries and nuts and stuff.
Okay, right. Sorry, salvage as
Yeah.
opposed to perception, right?
Right. So the salvage special stats what he's going to use to find items or component pieces in the environment.
So I have to roll all of them or just one of them?
No, you just have to roll if you're looking for component pieces or items, then you're going to roll salvage.
Sure,
Which is the
I don't think I'm
salvage special stat.
very good at looking for food. It's not my
Well, I mean, what's
specialty.
your instinct?
I think my teeth. My thing is, what can I find that can help me survive in this? But I'm not good at
Sure.
hunting, and I know there's a hunter. There's a veteran
Yeah.
with a dog. So I think
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be looking for food here.
Right. So you want to find stuff. You're looking for stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perception is my only good instinct skill. So maybe salvage. You said.
Yeah.
Yes,
salvage.
that's right. All right, actually, wanted to check how much food do we have? I think Jules has enough for him and his dog. Sin has no food. Robin, actually, you know what? You guys have just exactly enough food. If you guys are willing to use your food that you
Yeah, I
have
mean, I
on-
think we've got enough food, but I was going to use the dog to go hunting, but I was waiting because you wanted Sin to tell
yes.
him what he was
no.
going to do. So
I'm just letting you know.
Where do we know that we have food? I don't see any food.
so I
in
don't
our-
think Sin
No.
does. Some
Sin
of the
does
characters
not-
don't. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, Robin has. Basically, this is day one. If you
Yeah.
guys have to do a day two, you won't have enough food, and you also are trying to also hunt for rabbits or some other animal, so that you have food to bring back. It's not just to eat here. So you have enough food on you for one day. No, actually, you're short. I apologize. Jake only has. No, Jake has enough for himself. Robin has enough to share with Sin, and Jules has enough for him and Mutt. So you have enough food for one day if you don't want to forage for food. I'm in the chat. I'm going to put down potential tasks. It doesn't mean that there aren't other ones, or how you go about doing them. It can be different. But what did you get on? Okay, on the salvage roll, but how? Just a basic success.
Yes, I think so, right? Because I have 42 on the. So half would be the half of that number, right? 21?
Salvage is half of it. Oh yeah, it's not written down. Half of it would be 21.
Yeah, so it's just a normal success.
Okay, so a D4, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1. 1 is my number.
Man.
So you got one extra component to add to your other one. So you have 2 component pieces.
Cool. Are we doing someone else, or are we gonna keep with him doing that?
So that's one. That was 1
That's
hour.
1 hour. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll go with John. We'll do Robin first because Scott, you know.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're the veteran.
Right. I'm also the veteran. Yeah.
Robin is going to attempt to do some survival foraging. Also, she's trying to pick up some rather bigger landscaping river rocks from around here. Her idea long term is to make her own sling.
Okay. So
because right now she has no missile weapons whatsoever. This gives her an option.
So if you want river rocks, you probably have to locate exactly where the river is. So it would probably be.
Well, you said we were in a park, right?
Uh, it might have been a jogging path or maybe a city trail, but it's just
Yeah.
a clearing right now.
But what I'm doing is, as I'm going along looking for food, if I get something that I think might be a skipping or rock that's capable of being thrown from a sling fairly easily, aerodynamic wise, she's just kind of picking them up. It's not an active search for them.
Okay, I will. I have an idea for that. Okay, so roll. So you're foraging, correct? That's your primary task.
Yes.
Okay, so give
Salvage.
me.
I'm just doing survival.
Yes, give me a
And
survival check.
if I spot any of these rocks that would be appropriate also, I'm picking them up as I go.
Understood. So give me a survival check.
And I pretty much fail miserably. That's a 78.
So yeah, you looking around, it's not the right time of the year for the any fruits. They're still very small. They're not ripe yet. And you didn't find uh, anything else. You were probably focused too much on finding the rocks that you didn't find anything else. But I will give me a luck check at disadvantage. Actually, just give me a luck check.
And that is a 24.
Okay. Quick question, Scott. If he succeeded at the survival check for edible fruits and vegetables, is there anything specific, like you said a D4 or a different number?
No, it's actually outlined in the gathering section. He gets 1 food unit per degree of success.
Oh, okay.
Berries and nuts and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I see. That's further down. Okay, now I see that.
Yeah.
Okay. I will give you. I'll be nice.
My luck is 70, by the way.
Yes. That's why I'm giving you 2d6 small stones. You can roll because you got below half.
Nine.
So you find you come back and Jake says, "So, what did you find to eat?"
The berries and edibles aren't too good, but I thought I might be able to put these to good use.
They don't look
And he
edible.
just kind of looks at me a little funny with it being literally rocks.
Yeah, he gives you a look and. All right.
And she smiles and said, "You didn't find the value in the rebarb either."
The rebar is always useful. It's a spear. Well, never mind. Maybe Jules will have some better luck. You're gonna go out some hunting.
Yeah, so I'm actually not going to do the hunting myself. Jules is not super great at it, but the dog is. So what Jules is essentially going to do is going to I think best case he's going to try to be all stealthy and hide and stuff and give the dog the commands. But the dog is essentially going to be doing the tracking and that's where the hunting is going to come in.
So he's gonna hunt for rabbits without the trap.
Right. Well, the lures have a use, but I don't think I mean, maybe if you've been keeping track of the EAG, or if you've just decided to go with a 30, just a standard 30 or something, because it's an opposed roll, right? My tracking versus your EAG roll.
Oh
right?
Yes, that's
Yeah. We haven't made that much noise though, so I mean, I'm not sure where we're at in that scheme, but I'm gonna guess probably 30. I don't know. I'm just trying to. I don't know where we're at. You're in charge here.
At this point, right now, you haven't done anything.
Right. That's what I mean. We haven't really done anything to make up a whole lot of noise and or cause a lot of friction with the environment.
So I'll let everybody know how that works. Characters using the tracking skill to hunt rabbits, squirrels, deer, and other game that may be in the woods To do this, they would roll an opposed roll against the EAG and compare the degrees of success. Actually, what does EAG stand for?
Enemy attraction gauge.
Right. So the
Enemy
enemy
attraction
attraction gauge is right now it's a 30.
Yeah,
But
right.
if you
That's
do
kind of its
anything before tracking to find these things, then it could increase it. Different things will increase it or change how it's rolled or something.
Right. Or decrease it. Like if we're stealthing, that might decrease it.
Yeah, like the lures will decrease the EAG, but they give you a bonus. Allow for 3 of the actions to have been conducted before the tracking roll.
No, so the lures increase the EAG 5 per lure in use, and they essentially get destroyed if I succeed.
Oh, it says the lures decrease the EAG.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So if we're at a base 30 and I use all 3 lures, I could decrease it down to 15 by using all 3 lures. But if I succeed in my tracking and I find food, those lures are gone. I can't use them anymore.
But we're supposed to roll under the EAG.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll tracking, and you're gonna roll the EAG, and then we look at our degrees of success.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's an opposed roll.
okay, now I get it. So I'm rolling and
you'd be rolling 30 if I don't use any lures. I don't think I will. I don't think I will.
I understand. So everything you do
Yeah.
will increase the EAG to okay.
Yeah, like we were using arrows and stuff, so we didn't really increase it that much. But if we'd been using like guns, like in that fight earlier, then the EAG probably would have gone up like a decent amount. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted.
Yeah.
Robin was going around trying to
Find
forage
rocks
for
right?
stuff.
Yeah.
And
Sin was also scavenging.
Right. But I'm pretty sure that Sin was actually
Sin was probably doing it stealthily, like to be fair. That's just probably baseline for Sin.
Actually I will Sin, can you give me a stealth check there?
Stealth.
So under you have
okay, yeah.
It's an agility skill. Yeah.
So it's 85, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Like most of Sin's actions are basically based on that 85 number. That's why it's so high.
So 12.
See, there you go.
Well, you guys didn't even hear Sin leave.
Sin was doing something. We were just like, whatever. Sin does Sin things.
You guys were talking to Sin. You turned around and
Sin's not there anymore.
Yeah. And Robin, you can give me one as well.
Okay, you guys lost me because I was breaking up quite a bit. What are you wanting me to roll?
Stealth check to see how quiet you were at doing your job. The task that you did.
Well, I made it. Not by much, but I made it.
Okay. All right. So now, give me Scott. So Jules, well, actually, Mutt can give me a tracking roll.
Yeah. So I'm not going to use the lures, and Jules is just going to try to hide out, and so it's going to be it'll be Mutt doing the tracking roll.
Actually, give me. I'm not going to have you roll for the stealth in this case, but I'll just give me the tracking roll.
Okay. I got that's you know what? It's a 91, which is really bad. I'm gonna do the first luck use per game reroll of the evening. So I'm reducing my luck use by 1, making it 5 now instead of 6. I'm gonna roll that again. Damn it all. Okay, well, I failed.
Okay, so so Mutt, you're trying to give the commands to Mutt, and Mutt runs over, and he I think he's found a rabbit or something. He starts barking, and to tell you he found something, but when you get over to him, he doesn't. It got away.
It's like a stick.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
it's a hole.
What? We're not playing a game here. We're trying to find food. Come on, dog.
So yes,
Yeah, that's what I do.
all right. So for the first hour, you guys have successfully found some rocks and one random component. So you guys come back and you let Jake know what's going on. He doesn't look too impressed. He goes, "All right, let's come on. Maybe the next hour will be better." Robin, what are you going to do?
Well, I've decided that if he doesn't think that my rocks are useful, I'll show him what my rocks are for. So with that, I'm going to take a few minutes to tie together some of my components. How much components would a sling be?
I can pull up.
I mean,
I just don't
I
have
don't
any
think
of
I've
the
ever
gear
put
stuff.
it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever put sling as an item in the inventory. So I don't think you'd ever. If you look in the book, you probably won't find it. So it's up to you to determine a number.
I don't think it's much, so I'm going to
Right.
say 2.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
Yep, 2 it is. So you can use 2 components to make a sling.
Okay. So do I just roll craft, or what's this based on?
Yeah,
Yeah,
crafting would be right.
So yeah, give me a craft roll to see if you can make a sling.
Well, I did pretty damn good. That's a 7. My amazing is a 13 in that.
So what happens if you get a really good crafting roll?
Mm-hmm.
Scott.
Well, so you're making an item, right? The item is like 2 CP. So we're not really talking about too much. For each degree of success you get, you get to roll the repaired dice number a number of times. So, like for example, in this case, we're using the decent code because we're not in combat. So you're gonna roll 2d4 plus 1 times the number of degrees of success. So what was it? Did you get I'm sorry, I missed that part because
you got a quarter.
Yeah, okay, so you got 3 degrees of success. So you're gonna roll 66 plus 3. Since you only needed 2, I mean, automatically you essentially made it like instantaneously, essentially, and then you just minus those from your inventory, and you're good to go.
So you see her in a couple of minutes weave around a few pieces of leather and a strap and a couple old shoelaces she found somewhere, and all of a sudden, it is a sling. And for an example, she throws a stone at the column and it hits. She picks back up the stone, and I think I'm ready.
Sorry, quick thing, Scott.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the repair chart. That was 3.
Yeah.
So that was a regular base, decent.
Yeah.
So it was a D4 plus 1, or you said that was
No, it's 2d4 plus 1.
Sorry, that's only a 2. So rolling 2d4 plus 1 is what you have to roll.
And it's for each degree of success.
Oh,
yeah.
So
he because he had he had to roll. It was 6d4 plus 3. I mean, he automatically succeeded because the plus 3 is already the amount more than the amount he needed. So it doesn't even matter if he rolls.
With those minimum numbers, you could have made a crossbow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He could have made a crossbow. Could have made a made a gun.
Yeah, you could have made a revolver. Actually, can. All right. So for the next hour, that's what Robin is doing, is making a sling. Sin, what are you doing for the next hour?
So seeing that my last visit to this place was not very useful, and actually Sin is thinking, This is the apocalypse after all. If I never learn how to hunt, I'm fucked. I need to get my own food. I need to be able to survive on my own if that's what I get to. So I'm gonna actually try and get some food, which will be very difficult, but let's see. So that's survival, correct?
For the hunting, it's tracking.
No, I mean food.
For foraging, yeah,
survival.
It's survival, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to hunt animals. I want to find any other
Like
thing that
nuts
isn't
and
moving.
nuts and berries and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me a survival check.
Since I'm not proficient on it, I have to roll with disadvantage.
Correct.
I have to roll twice.
Yeah,
Or
you have to roll
only
like an
the-
additional tens die and take the higher number.
Oh yeah, so. Oh, I rolled exactly the same dice twice. 21, which is a success.
So yeah, that extra dice you roll, you can swap it for any of the other ones.
I think he said that it was exactly the
Yeah.
same, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just letting you. Yeah. Yeah, John, it's still taking you an hour in this case, so it's not really a speeding up.
Yeah, there's no speeding up. It's just a
Yeah.
set time.
Okay, so you got 21, you said?
Yeah, and my threshold is 35.
Okay, so close to getting half. So you can roll. Let me see, where is it?
It's just he just gets a food unit, one food unit.
Yeah, each degree of success you get one food unit.
Yeah. But he can. So here's the thing: is that he can keep foraging in that area. That's the difference, right? He can do it over and over again. But each time it gets progressively harder. So the next time he'll have to get 2 degrees of success to find anything at all.
Right.
Right. So he could do it again. He could roll again, find more food.
Yeah, it's starting to get. As I was just making sure we're clear. You had the 3 hours before dark.
Yeah.
And it's
we've used one of them so far, and he just used this. So it's technically the end of the second hour.
Yeah, we're as soon as Scott
as soon as I take my thing, it'll be the end of the second hour.
It's going to be starting to get dark. So what is Jules doing?
So Jules is just going to keep doing hunting. He's going to just go farther out with Mutt, and we're going to see if we can find some actual animals out there. So we're going to try that roll again. Only this time I'm going to use the lure just to lower it slightly, even though it didn't help me last time. And it won't help me really. I'm just trying to do it. So use one lure, thereby decreasing the EAG by 5. I don't know where you have it set. And then I'll roll. Is that cool?
Sure. Go ahead.
Yep. All right. This time I got a success. All right. Got a success.
Oh, if you didn't drop it by 5, I would have gotten. Well, I think I'm not going to say.
Yeah. Well. All right. So I found some stuff then. That's what you're telling me, or no?
Sorry. What did you? So
I got a success.
So tracking, successful tracking roll. Oh, so what did you get for your tracking roll? Sorry.
I got just a regular degree of success, just a 1 regular success.
It says because you're doing it's an opposed.
Right. Yeah, it's opposed. So did you get a great success? Did you get a success?
I got a success. I almost got 2
shit
successes by 1 point. If you didn't drop, if you didn't use the lure, I would have had 2.
All right, so I still didn't find anything. That's how it works out.
That's how it works. Okay,
yeah.
So
shit. All right.
So that means it doesn't go. It's still at a 30, correct?
Yeah. If that's what's at.
Yeah. So it was still the same number. It doesn't go up. Actually, you know what? I want to try something.
You could have increased it if you wanted to, because we would make a noise now.
Give me a luck check for your dog. No, not for you. I'm not. Okay, that's cruel.
I mean, the dog's luck is horrible, so yeah, that
Yeah.
would be cruel.
Give me a luck check for you to see if your dog made noise this time.
I failed, so the dog totally made noise.
So yeah, he found another stick.
That stupid dog.
But this
Found all
one
these damn
had
sticks.
yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'm not going to reroll that. So we'll go on to other people. I'm going to tell you right now, my third action is going to be to hunt again. And if I don't get it, I'm just going to come back and be like, yeah, guys, I didn't find any food.
Okay, so it's getting darker now.
And so in the end, I will, just to let you guys know, I do have food. And so if I don't find any, I'm just going to come back with the food that I have and be like, oh, look at all this food I found.
Yeah, basically right now you guys are at +1 food. So you have enough food for the night. You could probably, if you guys are still doing this tomorrow, you can probably look for food tomorrow because it's getting dark. The lamp post is not lit and you haven't set up any camp. So what is Robin doing?
Of course, the camping duties. Someone's got to do it while they're off wandering.
I mean, I think you're probably best at trying to fix that lamp to get us some light.
I didn't know if we would want to strike up the lamp because that'll advertise to everyone around that we're here.
That's true.
I mean, if you guys want me to fix it, I can.
It's up to you. I'm still hunting.
Well, yeah, Jake says probably get the lamp. It's like in place of a fire. Give you some light. So I think if you get the lamp going, you can you can do another action or something?
With the lamp, we like we're keeping when we do watch and stuff. We have the light with us. We don't have to use like flashlights.
Yeah, at night it'll allow you. Yeah,
so it just gives like advantage on our perception rolls to see things coming to our camp.
So you don't have to.
Yeah.
Jake suggested it, but it's up to you. So what would Robin like to do?
Well, I'm the best mechanic around. I guess I would strike up the light, at least even if we haven't set up camp until after nightfall. At least it's better to do it in some light.
Yeah.
Now it needs you need 5 component pieces and the battery. Though I will also, I know you also have wire, so you get you could reduce the CP by. How does that? Oh, yeah. You
So-
gain advantage on the crafting or mechanics roll
Right.
if you wanted to.
Yeah.
That's just for flavor. So yeah,
Yeah.
you need five components and the battery.
Right. So to understand how these things all work together, just to be clear, because it seems like we're not clear, the repair kit will increase that number for the treatment or the repair dice level. So like if you reduce your repair kit by 1 CP, meaning you took some stuff out of it and used it, it jumps from decent to moderate, right? It goes up to like 2d4 plus 3. So you may not want to. It's only 5, so it's not a big deal right now. But the wire will grant you advantage on your mechanics roll. So that's something to note. That's where that comes in. So that's a different. Those things are different things. So you reduce the wire by 1 CP to give yourself advantage on that roll if you think you need it or you think you want it.
70.
You could also use the tools with which also grant you advantage. So there's also that too.
And the tools don't degrade, do they?
No, they don't. They're like just like the crowbar. Like they'll be there unless you lose them somehow, or you break them apart.
Well, I'm going to use the tools because I've got crafting tools, and I've got. Wow, I even had advantage on the crafting roll, and I never used it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and use the mechanics tools and save the wire.
Yeah, it makes sense. The reusable resource rather than the reducible resource.
All right, so give me a roll.
That'll be 35, which puts me at exactly on great.
So 2 degrees, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, using the repair.
He's not
Well,
using the repair kit.
yeah.
He's just doing it with
All
his
right.
tools.
So basically, yeah, that it doesn't. So what happens? I guess I forgot.
He's gonna roll 2d4, or he's gonna roll 44 plus 2 to see how many
Okay.
component pieces he throws into this light on his repair. And if it's over the 5, then he successfully repaired it and he just removes 5.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, I did that by a mile.
Yeah, I mean, because 44 plus 2, like, even if you rolled minimum, you would still get 6.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So Robin builds another lamppost.
Yeah. So we're like, this is low level crafting stuff, right? If you were to be building a car or something, these numbers would matter a lot more. We're just doing some repairs and some minor things.
It would be a lot harder if Robin wasn't a chosen character.
Right, right. If this was like me trying to do it, yeah, this would be a different story. Totally different story.
So
Well, I mean, it's kind of her niche.
Right, exactly. That's exactly right.
I'm here
This is
for
where
a
you-
reason.
This is where you shine. You know, so you're just like, yeah, whatever. I fix the light. Yeah, sure, it's done. What else you want?
So you got the light working, and you can see.
And anything else I can do to help get the camp going.
Yeah, once you get the light going, you can see a small.
Yeah, that'll give us.
smile.
That's essentially give us an extra hour of time, right? Because then we don't have to worry about the dark as much.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's fine. That's great.
So you see a smile on a small smile on Jake's face, and that's about it. Sin, what are you going to be doing for the third hour? You could probably see the light wherever you are right now.
So we don't have any camp, right? Set up. You said
Right
that
now,
we needed
yeah.
to set up camp.
Well, if you want to set up the tents, if you want to do something else, right now you have an open ground that you could sleep in, so you don't. You have the light. Like everyone can sleep a little bit further away from the light, or right underneath it if they want. If there's anything you want to do, fortify the camp. Go out looking for something else. Look, you haven't found any rabbits yet. The whole point of this little excursion was to get rabbits.
Yeah, well, hunting rabbits is not my thing. I think
None
Sid
of you,
is.
none of you are good at hunting rabbits.
That's correct. So my dog is the best hunter of our group. And,
Yeah. He sucks.
aside from Jake, but Jake is apparently old.
Yeah,
So-
maybe Sin feels a bit.
What's kind of funny is the character sheet for the hunter doesn't have proficiency in tracking either.
Oh snap! But like, is the instinct really high?
50.
Oh man.
50 at disadvantage.
Well, I mean, so to be fair, I think that the particular design for that one was a robot killer. So
Yes.
yeah. So I mean, that makes sense.
Well, the thing that I find erotic about this character, she has a set of lockpicks and isn't proficient.
Yeah, well, so because that actually makes sense, man. The character doesn't have proficiency, therefore has disadvantage on the roll. But then you use the tools, and it negates that. Voila!
Okay.
So I think Sin will, for the first time in his life, maybe try and go hunting for rabbits. Living the success of the mushroom or whatever he found.
Now remember, you also have 5 luck points that you can use to re-roll.
You could reroll. If you fail, you could reroll.
So survival was for the, and tracking would be for the rabbits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see how that goes.
Well, look at it this way. You're just as skilled at tracking as you are with survival.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, too bad that there's a disadvantage because I had a 2, but then a 62.
Did you want to re-roll that with that luck use? You could try.
So
see
if
how it goes.
I reroll the 62, and then the luck is now this new die, right?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Oh, another 2. Sweet.
Yeah, that helped. Then you got a success, right?
So you re-roll. You roll all the dice again,
Yeah, he re-rolls all the dice again.
and you got a
Reroll.
2
And I got a 2, yeah.
with
Yes.
disadvantage still.
Yeah. Oh, maybe wait. When I roll with the luck, I have to roll.
Yeah, you have to roll the
Disadvan-
whole roll over again. Yeah.
Oh, so I have disadvantage again.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
Yeah.
do. Unfortunately.
Well, now it's an 82.
Oh, okay, it got worse.
It's
All
at
right, that's
disadvantage. You were great at it if you actually knew how to do it.
fine. Yeah, right.
Wow. Okay, so
We are not the best hunting party that
Yeah,
this
Yeah, it's more like-
community.
Let's
Okay,
hunt
I do have a
rabbits.
crazy question for you.
Yeah.
If I make my own traps
Uh
using tech use,
huh. No,
Would
tech
that
use is
work?
for computers. So the traps would be like crafting or mechanics, right? Because if you're using like a bear trap, that's kind of like a mechanical thing, and if you're using just like a regular, like trap, like a thing falling on something, that's just crafting.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm still doing far better in those than if I tried to do tracking.
Right. But so then you would then use those lures essentially, right? That's what you're essentially crafting. You would then use those lures to try to do the tracking roll. So the tracking still comes in. You're not going to be able to find stuff without the tracking. Does that make sense?
Okay.
There's just the skills that are in use right now for the stuff that we've been trying to do are not our strong suits. That's essentially what's happening right now. You just showed what happens when you do a strong suit, like repairing the light, right? And you totally did it. You just breezed right through that. My character is specifically designed to be an animal handler, and I haven't really encountered any. And so I'm not super great at anything aside from telling my dog what to do. My dog is okay at hunting, but I just didn't do so hot on the roll. And then Sin over there, Sin's job is to sneak up on people and steal their stuff. And that's how Sin gets things. But there's no one here for us to steal from. This is just the wrong place for all of us to be at the moment. So we'll just have to see how the rest of this adventure goes. Yeah.
So Scott, what is Jules gonna attempt?
Jules,
to do?
like I said, Jules is going to try to track one last time. He's going to give it all that he can. I'm going to use both of the remaining lures to try to lure to push that number down to 20. I think is what if it's still 30. I don't know. It could be 35. I'm not sure. I'm just going to drop it by 10, and then I'm going to try again.
Has a big red X.
Oh yeah. Okay. I got a great success. Yeah, 2 degrees of success. So it's up to you, man. Roll your thing and tell me what you get. Are you muted, Paul? Or are you?
Of course,
away
I'm
from the keyboard
muted.
for a second?
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
one of the dice was a 1.
Uh-huh.
The other one was an 8. 81.
Oh, 81. All right, cool. So I finally did something. That's cool. I got that's 6 food units for the way that tracking works. 6 food
Okay,
units.
so
I found.
you have enough food
Oh
for an
yeah.
extra day, and I'm going to show you how Jake is eating his can of beans. The left that's in his bag, what's left in his bag, aside from his, he has a repair kit, a fishing line, and a pup tent. Now I'm with the light on. I will give you 1 more hour, and as soon as that hour is done, I have to. Actually, you guys can talk amongst yourselves. I have to do one quick thing,
Sure.
and let me know. We'll do again, Robin, Sin, and Jules, and we'll see what you guys want to do for the last hour.
So when I come back with the food, I'm gonna try to just like make if camp wasn't made, I wasn't quite sure if that happened. Then I was going to cook it. So that's what I'm going to do. Which is a survival roll.
Or is it a medicine roll?
Not survival roll. And it would increase. So I'm actually pretty good at that. I'm not too bad. I'm not too worried. Yeah.
Sorry, Scott. You were doing. You were tracking rabbits, so you actually acquired some rabbits,
Right.
which is so that's what you're going to take back.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I
Right.
bring back 6 food units worth of rabbits.
Yes. Now, because I am generous, I will give. If you want to do, I don't know if salvage would be the right role. What would you say? Would you salvage to? You can get some components off the rabbits, like the skin or something.
Oh, like the bones and stuff.
Yeah, bones or the skin, the fur or something.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume that was. I mean, yeah. I guess it could be salvage if I was doing the salvage is just it's not really. So component pieces are really more for like tech buildy stuff, but I guess I could get bones off
Okay.
it. In which case, I would just do like a survival roll because these are creatures, or maybe medicine. So that suggestion John made could be medicine. It could be that too. If this is the bones and organs of the animals that I'm using.
Sure. Give me a survival roll for Robin.
Okay.
I guess at advantage.
Yeah, I'll roll survival.
It's just a bonus roll. I'll give you guys.
Oh yeah, dude. I took out a 6.
Oh, 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is this is amazing success for me. So
that's 3d4.
okay, yeah, sure.
Is that right?
Yeah, that would be right. So that's 5 plus 4. I got 9 component pieces of, I guess, rabbit bits. I'm not sure, but okay.
Yeah. I get. Okay. I understand that it's more, but if you have a use for them, you have that many organic.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, that's what I've got.
But yeah, we'll worry about that. So yeah, I'm gonna go. So yeah, come up. Let me. Well, when I come back, we'll go through an order.
Yeah, we'll talk amongst each other while you're gone.
All right.
Yeah. If anyone says anything, we could have like a break. I could step away too for a minute. Okay, I guess I'm stepping away. I mark myself as muted to indicate that I have returned.
Still hiding out here.
Are the rules to the game making sense, or at least starting to make sense?
They make sense. I'm just not sure where this character fits in this scenario.
Yeah, this particular one, there's some crafting things to do, you know. Like we could have set up a perimeter or something, which would be a crafting
Well,
roll.
I mean, I'm just saying it seems like you got very finely defined what each skill does.
Yeah, for sure.
And it seems like everything I've suggested is very different than what you normally see.
I'm not sure I quite understand.
Like, you got her having mechanics, science, and tech use.
Correct.
But unless it can't infringe on any other skill.
I'm not sure I understand what that means.
Like in D&D,
Uh-huh.
a lot of DMs will let you take either perception or intuition to pick up on a person's body language.
Oh, that's yeah.
But
Yours,
that's because that's how they're like. Actually, technically, rules is written. If you're talking about somebody's body language, rules is written D&D. It's like that investigation.
sense motive.
Yeah. So, yeah, like game masters may allow that to happen, but that doesn't. That's not technically how rules are written in D&D. I'm not trying to argue.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
yeah. Normally, sorry, sense motive is what it used to be. Intuition. No.
yeah. It's
Well, whatever.
yeah.
It's yeah. Some DMs will allow perception and investigation to be interchanged for some things.
Yeah.
They might say, "Oh, yes, you can do intimidate with a strength check instead of charisma."
Right.
I think this system, the way I see it, it's a little more like there's less. They're more defined, the skills, I think.
Correct.
So there's no investigation, but there's a perception. So the perception does a specific task.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just like you can't use a mechanics skill roll like mechanics, which is about electronics and mechanical things to repair a tool, unless that tool is a mechanical tool, right? Like unless it's like a thing that has ratchets and stuff. That's sort of how it's defined. You wouldn't use mechanics to knit a sweater, for example, right? That's sort of how it's defined.
Do you feel like your character is too restrictive? Like maybe
Yeah,
if you're
that's a
only
question.
good at something.
well, right now I have crafting, mechanics, science, and tech out of the 8 skills she has.
Right.
Then I also have blades and clubs,
Uh-huh.
but she has no range.
Yes.
But yet her lowest stat is fortitude and strength, but yet she's a melee fighter.
No. So melee fighting isn't based in fortitude or strength. It's based on the fighting skill stat.
Sorry.
So your character's fighting skill is 45, meaning that with a blade or a club, that you do 45 is what you're trying to get below to succeed in hitting stuff. If it was based in strength or fortitude, then it would be much lower.
Okay.
The question I have is when you're making your own character,
Yeah.
do you have to pick skills that are below, let's say for example, Sin is agility based,
Uh-huh.
so I have all the skills from agility.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
could I, for example, when I'm making a thief, could I choose to make a, I don't know, instinct based thief and agility and instinct, like not
Yeah,
having
for
all
sure.
the agility?
Yeah. So yeah, when you make your character, the numbers they fluctuate. Like you pick your primary archetype, you pick your secondary archetype, and those those two decisions will affect, like they'll give higher bonuses to certain things and lower bonuses and negatives. Like there are even negatives that come in, and then you choose the personal apocalypse, which is going to give you some bonuses to those stats. And then you pick your age, which gives some bonuses and negatives. But then at the very end, you still have free points. You have 100 free points to then sort of tweak the numbers around. So you could, for example, make a thief that is that's agility and instinct based, which would mean that that character would also have a really high like initiative score and things like that. A perfect example is that the hunter is also an agility based type archetype, because they do a lot of like the hiding and the sneaking, the archery, and the that kind of stuff. But like in the case of the one that I made, that character is also very crafty, not super great. Like it's like 50 or whatever to be able to craft things and to do mechanics and stuff. But that's because the character is designed to fight robots, right? So that like the character's built differently than the sneaky hunty like type. So that's why the character's not proficient in tracking, but they are a hunter. Right.
For example, you would think the veteran is a good fighter, but Scott's veteran is a veteran thief.
Yeah.
Except for luck being at a 60, nothing's over a 50.
Yeah, he's basically average. I mean, my numbers are 15, 50, 50, 30, 45, 50, 40, 40, 60. So I'm essentially average at just about everything. But that's where the character comes in. Like I can do a bunch of different skills at roughly the same level, which are, relatively okay. And then I have the dog as my thing, and so then the dog has its own relatively high numbers for stuff. Like it's got a fighting skill of 75. So if I were to have used the dog to fight the bear, it probably would have just taken the bear down. But then my dog would have chewed on a zombie. Right now, I have to worry about that.
Yeah, for 15 strength, you don't think a veteran is a fighter type would have a high strength. Even the fighting skill is only a 40.
Yeah.
But then you have John's character is a mechanic veteran.
Right.
They have both Sin and Robin have a 45 in the fighting skill.
Right. So amongst this group, we're all really bad at fighting. But if you look at like Robin's intelligence, when Robin mechanics sciences or uses computer devices, like does that super well.
Oh yes. So you could make a thief hunter and be really good at agility stuff. A thief gunslinger is very good at agility stuff, and they're good with the gun.
Yeah, and the gunslingers have the charisma skills too that they have access to, so you could make it also a charismatic character.
Yes. Actually, the gun is a ballistic. That's why you have 25.
Yeah, that's why you have ballistic.
You're a gunslinger who's not good with a gun, but the gunslinger has other.
Right, because you have the charisma stuff, and you've got like some of the agility stuff. Like the gunslinger is where like the wrangle and the palming kind of stuff pops in. Yeah.
Yes. So you can make however you want to make it. Now, you think the veteran thief is average but a decent character. You would think the best fighter in here, melee fighter, is probably Robin with the rebar spear.
Yeah, the group of us. Yeah.
Yes. Sin, the thief gunslinger, is more ranged character type of thing, like throwing knives or Molotov over the chain.
Yeah, right. Like we discovered that, like with the chain, right? Sin's trying to roll 85 to whack things with a chain, right? Like that's pretty high. That's a successful fighter type.
Oh yeah, that's true. The best at fighting things is probably Sin.
It's actually Sin, with the chain.
Yeah, it's damage is not a lot, 2d4, but then again,
they're gonna hit. Like Sin will probably hit more often than the rest of us.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And then like if I was using the actual hunter scientist stats, 75 with a bow or a combat knife.
Yeah.
Wow, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
Where's archery? Yeah, because 75 agility.
Yeah.
And the combat knife is
It should be
combat knife.
fighting skill.
Oh,
Does
then that's a
Is it a
mistake.
typo?
You have 75 with the combat knife, and the fighting
Oh,
skill
whoops.
is 15, not proficient.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I messed that up. Yeah, it's
Unless
supposed
you
to be
meant
15, not 75. There was some
unless
mistake somewhere.
unless the knife was meant to be thrown or something.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe that's why it's
And
no, but I should correct that to be 15. It should be 15 because it would match
Yeah.
the same things. 15.73 is what the numbers should be.
And what is throwing something? Is that archery?
No, it's throwing something is just an agility roll. It's not a skill. It's just everyone can throw stuff. Just based
Right.
on
So
their
that's
agility.
probably why that the combat knife is.
Yeah, the combat knife would be 75 if they threw it.
Yeah. So it's just better than a throwing knife, and there's only one. But that's beside
Yeah.
the point. We can.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll continue and finish this off. Then we can discuss
Sure.
a few things. But yeah, so for that you can make whatever type of character you want. Everyone could be the same, even the same archetypes, and be totally different
And
characters.
still be different, yeah. Because you get choices on the skills that you have proficiencies in. You get choices on where you put the individual stat numbers when you go to make the character. You have choices on which of the special abilities you gain. So we could even be the exact same two archetypes and still have different characters.
Okay, so for the extra bonus hour, what is Robin doing?
Making camp.
Okay, so making camp. Actually, I guess the putting up the tents is not really.
Yeah, it's probably not a roll. It's just the time.
So so it'll take time. So
Yeah.
you can put up both tents, and like set up a. You can set up a
Maybe a cooking fire with some stew.
Yeah.
Sure.
Something.
Give me a survival check to set up camp, basically.
It's mostly for the fire. Make sure you get a good
Yeah.
fire going.
Set up, that's more for cooking. That
Yeah.
I will.
So that's what I was going to do. So what we could do instead, because that's what I was going to do too, is he and I can do some teamwork on that. We were going to like make the fire and stuff together.
Sure.
Yeah.
So who would like to roll? You're both.
Well, I'm skilled at survival, so I'm rolling like against 50. But he's probably got a higher instinct
Yes,
than I do.
50.
So
Robin is better at it than you.
right. So I was gonna say Robin's probably better.
Well,
overall.
in all honesty, I've already rolled because he said we were going to roll,
Oh, okay.
and I failed miserably on my side.
Well, you would have
But so it would be-
advantage.
Yeah, there would be
Right.
different. You'd have a different role. Yeah.
Would you do advantage or would you do?
Well, if it's a teamwork roll, then I'm gonna roll and then give him like extra success levels. But you could also just say it's advantage, and we just don't even worry about my roll.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you advantage. So roll an
Yeah.
extra D10, John.
Well, it's a good thing you did because that ended up 00, so that's a total of 6.
Hey, there we go.
So as you're trying to light the fire and set it up, Jules comes along and points out, maybe you should try it this way. And it works.
Yeah, I'm mostly like I just come over with some good kindling, and then that works better. Yeah.
So you get a nice fire going. You set up the tents, nice off to the side a bit, maybe next to some rocks for just a little bit of protection there. And what is Sin going to do? Probably unnoticed.
Well, I was gonna set camp too, but if everyone is doing that, I was actually looking and trying to find out how I could. I wanted to do something around the camp so that we would be no, and something that could make a noise,
Yeah.
But I don't think I have
Aha.
anything that doesn't.
So there is some fishing line.
You also have,
And-
I think, 1 or 2 component pieces.
Yes. So you can use the crafting skill to string the fishing line around the camp and attaching as many component pieces as you want. Well, you can take some from someone else, I guess.
Yeah, I could loan some. I've got a bunch that I don't use.
Well, I failed, so.
Now,
You
but
could
use your
try that
luck.
luck thing.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Now,
I failed again.
Oh no.
I just imagine him trying to do stuff, but it's not his thing.
yeah, you're
He's
a
used to, like, urban
charismatic.
environment. Yeah.
You're a gentleman thief.
Yeah. He's.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
exactly.
he's got the charm and the interrogate. It's like he's basically like talking his way out of stuff.
Yeah.
He does the whole thing, and then he just, waits for it, looks at it, and everything just crumbles, and he looks at it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully, no one sees it.
you're not an instinct type of thief. You're
Yeah. No. He's the hides in the shadows and then steals your purse when you're not looking kind of thief.
yeah, you're charismatic and lucky compared with those next best.
Yeah.
You're all agility.
Can we have one more action before bed?
Uh,
Because
why?
Robin
Well,
would, while it's dark, want to lay out a couple string traps for rabbits.
Well, you have. How many rabbits did you get again, Scott?
I got 6 food units worth of food, so
Is there an amount that you needed?
that 6 food units plus we needed 10 total, right? And we got 6 from my food units. There was the 2 from the can, so we were at 8. And then I'm just gonna throw in 2 of my own food.
I just thought with the way rabbits are, they are normally active in the morning. So hopefully
Well,
we
what I
can
would-
wake up to some breakfast.
The way I thought it was, you had enough food, your own personal food units, for everybody. I said Robin and Sin shared. Jake was already eating his can of beans,
Yeah,
and Jules had enough for him and his dog. And I
That's
thought
true.
the rabbits you were
But
collecting.
that's just 6 extra, yeah, then.
Yeah, you were collecting to bring back
Yeah.
to.
So I
your
mean,
settlement.
so then what the discussion here is that Robin wants to put up a string trap to catch more during the nighttime.
I will allow you to set up some more, but you will be at a disadvantage on your. You'll have to set it up during your watch,
Yeah, that's fair.
and you'll be at disadvantage during the watch. If that's okay, like a perception roll.
Yeah, because that makes sense to me. I don't know, Robin. This is Robin's decision. Robin's action.
okay.
Because even
Right.
though you have light, it's dark out
Right.
now.
But you're focusing on making the traps and not necessarily looking around. I get it.
Would
I
you
think I
like?
follow.
Would you like to do that on your watch, John?
Yeah, she's a little hyper and a little young and a little bit more foolish than she probably should be.
Okay, we have 2 watches.
And of course, she has her luck, and that makes her a little overconfident.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so we have 2 watches. Which one? Robin is going to be taking. I guess it's. I'm just looking.
So I think Jules and Mutt are just gonna go to sleep and they'll take second watch together. So it's up to the rest of them if they want to do first watch or not.
I'll do first.
Okay, so I think the way it is, everyone gets a perception check. Is that
Everyone
right,
is on
Scott?
watch, yeah.
Right. So is Sin taking first or second watch? Because right now it's just Robin doing the first watch.
So is it only one person, or we should be 2 of them?
You-
It could be
you can
whatever.
go-
You could. It's up to you, man.
You can say no. It's if you could all be on one watch if you really wanted.
Yeah, we wanted to. We could
Basically,
all be on watch.
everyone gets one perception check.
Yeah,
Robin will be at disadvantage.
it's clear to say though that the reason why we're even doing the watches is that sleep is a thing. For every 4 hours of sleep we take, we get like effects happen, like we knock off any kind of insanity we have, or we gain back health points that we've lost, things like that. So sleeping is like necessary for like prolonged gaming.
So I have skill and perception. It's 5%, but how do I use that
5%?
5%?
Oh, plus 5%.
So
On
what
the
does it
side,
mean?
under
So
skill
it's-
notes.
Yeah. So if you look under skill notes, it should explain that. It'll say like it's a certain number.
So it says perception is actually 40, 20, 10.
Yeah, it's 40, 10. Because it's instinct is what you're basing
I
it off
really
of, which
don't
is
like
35, and then you add 5 to it. So 40.
Really don't.
Oh, okay. So I have to beat 40.
Correct.
So yeah, no.
Okay, so Sin and Robin are on the first watch. What did Robin get with the disadvantage?
Robin has with a disadvantage of 19.
Ooh.
Whoa, that was almost a quarter of the threshold.
Yeah, man.
15 is a quarter of the threshold. So Robin is a true multitasker in this instance. Sin, not very
Now,
perceptive.
do you want me to roll a survival for the traps or what?
Sure, I'll give you a survival on
Well,
that.
it wouldn't be survival for the traps. It would be either crafting or it'd be
Oh,
tracking, right?
you're setting up traps.
Yeah, he's making
Yeah.
traps.
If you're setting them up, I guess that
Well, he's got to make them first. So the question is whether this
True.
is considered a making or a I guess it would be survival if it was like a different kind of thing. But if it's craft, if he's making them and then putting them on the ground, then you keep making them. That'd be crafting,
yeah, I will give you I'll allow you to do the crafting roll for this one.
right? String traps, yeah, like that would just be crafting, I think.
Okay, so set up some. So give me the crafting roll. I
Okay.
will actually put it at disadvantage as well, only because you're trying to do two different jobs.
Wouldn't
same
it be
time.
neutral because I've got a kit for crafting?
That's exactly
Yes.
how you would use that kit. Yep.
Exactly.
And that is a 45.
And your crafting is 55. So yes. So give me let's see. Since there's Scott has made some pre-made skills, so
Yeah.
For crafting, give me the crafting roll, which is that's only one level, correct?
It was so we're still doing it at 2d4 plus 1 because we're still not in combat, and that was 1 degree of success. It sounds like so.
Oh,
2d4
right.
plus-
Right. So 2d4 plus 1.
The real question is what is the target number for the traps, right? If it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 CP.
So 2 is the minimum for items.
Yeah,
I'm going to say it's
basically.
a little more complicated because it's not of how it's set up. So I would say, since I don't know the system very well, I'm going to say, and a tripwire is 5, so I'm going to say maybe 4 because you also have a lot. So roll the 2d4 plus 1. You have a chance of getting 2 of them set up.
Okay. That will be a total of 7.
So you managed to get 1 trap set up. And because this is done a little different, how would you say, Scott? He has 1 trap set up. I guess it'd be like a luck to see if a rabbit walks into it.
Well, yeah, I mean, this would be you'd let him do like a luck roll, and then we'll figure it out at like the end of in the morning, right? Which is when he's suspecting that it would work.
True.
Yeah, so he can make the luck roll, and then we would just in the morning is when we'd find out what the results were.
So in the 4 hours, keeping an eye on things, and you managed to put together almost two.
Almost two, yeah.
Yeah. So you get one set up, and the other one is not quite set up. Um,
Well,
and your
I'll keep the components to that so that I can finish it up another night.
Yep, that's exactly what you could do with that. It's crafting.
all right. So just give me one moment.
Yeah, in the rules for crafting, if you don't like, you made one thing, if you still had like partially for the second thing, you could hold on to it. Unless you're making like a batch of like bullets, for example, then you just use the pieces, but you don't end up making the bullets. So in this case, yeah, you totally could hold on to that 3 out of 4 crafted trap and then finish it later.
Without saying too much, Scott.
Yeah.
John, what did you get on your perception again? You got almost. You got half.
You got a great success. Yeah.
Great success. Now, does the lamp, because the
Yep.
street lamp was activated?
Yep.
Does that give him a
Yep.
bonus?
Nope.
Okay.
It decreased his success requirement
By how much?
by 1.
Oh, and perception was a 15. You got a -1, so it would have been a 6. It wouldn't
No.
affect it anyway.
Yeah. Yep.
He rolled a 19.
He rolled, so he got a great success. Like, I know what you're asking me, and I'm going to tell you that the answer is yes, he did succeed in what he was trying to do.
So that second paragraph under first watch. So he did see something.
Yes, I'm pretty sure
Okay.
that the answer is yes.
It says
double check.
if the street lamp was activated, then the characters on first watch may be able to make a perception skill roll with an amazing success requirement.
Is that what it says?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
I'm not reading the rest of it.
So
if they got an amazing success requirement, which he did not, he came very close.
Yes, correct.
So close, John. Sorry.
Amazing. Oh yeah. Okay. Yes.
I was at disadvantage.
Huh? It's fine. It doesn't matter right now. I'm asleep.
Yes. So basically, you guys are watching, and there's a light wind. The trees shake and move, and there's a rustling. You get Sin and Robin. You have an uneasy feeling, almost like you feel like you're being watched, but there's nothing out there.
I think that's a feeling we have every night.
Well, more so this night. Yeah. So, trying to remember.
Maybe Sin does feel it every night because Sin survived the rapture. So maybe Sin's like, oh, there are beings up in the sky that watch all of our movements. Whoa.
Yeah, I think you get the feeling like you're almost like you're being watched, but not. You don't see anything. So you guys can then head to bed.
As we switch watches, I go up to Jules and say, "Keep your eye out, old man. Something's not right. And you know when I don't feel right, there's a problem."
I absolutely understand, and I just kind of sniff a little bit, and I pet Mutt and go, all right, Mutt, let's look around, see what we can see.
Don't go
So
too
would
far.
that give him advantage at the start of his perception check?
And where's that from?
He's saying because he gave me a heads up that something didn't feel right. Do I get advantage? Is his question.
And is that a thing? Or
Could
is that
be. It's up to you.
discretion?
Yeah, it's GM discretion. Giving out advantage and disadvantage are totally GM discretion.
Okay. I will give you.
Considering some of the stunts you see me pull, anything I say is got an eerie feeling, something like that. Should put someone's hairs on the back of their neck.
I mean, especially being the time traveler, yeah, it probably would make me go like, huh, time traveler, I think something's up.
So, basically, Jake will also be awake.
Cool.
Jules will get advantage.
Sure.
Mutt will get regular, and Jake will also get a regular perception roll on this watch.
All right.
Don't get your
And
hopes
she
up.
says, also, I was a bit busy. Hopefully I can get us some more grub in the morning.
Oh, nice trap there.
As she tucks away the string trap that she was working on when you woke up.
Yeah, and don't get your hopes up. His perception, 55 is not bad.
Nah, he's fine. He's pretty good. All right. Think we're gonna look around, see what we can see. And I'm kind of go to the edge of the light, look around a little bit. I see the moving trees you just described. I'm just gonna look at them, look at what's going on. But I rolled a really bad roll.
Okay, you rolled your perception.
Oh wait, yeah, I'm rolling perception.
You could also the dog can roll its tracking if you want instead.
Yeah, right, for sure.
Depending on which one is better.
Yeah, well, I know his tracking is way better than his. Well, his perception is pretty good too. Like the dog's perception is actually better than Jules's, but that makes sense. It's a dog. But actually, even with the
perception is-
advantage,
Oh, they're the same perception and tracking.
yeah.
So,
So, even with the advantage that I had, I got just slightly over. So the advantage, so the original one was a total failure, but the advantage gave me just like.
Do you want one of my luck?
No, oh, well, but you're asleep. Technically, you're not in this, but you could throw it at me. I guess if the GM rules that. Normally, I say if you were asleep, then you can't get to
I
use it.
did tell you about it.
You did.
After all,
You did.
I will allow in this situation for it to be used.
All right.
So you use a luck point, and what'd you get?
Oh, it's so much better. It's so much better. I got a amazing success with that advantage because I got a 12, which is my exact number.
well, Jewel the first is like, this isn't working, and then all of a sudden, he remembers her saying something, and it just clicks.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. She said something once about the woods. Something. And then I'll have the dog roll tracking. Just FYI. Oh, the dog critically succeeded. 001.
Oh my god! So does that do anything special?
I mean, aside from the dog essentially finding whatever it's looking for, in this case, not much. If this was a hunting roll, we would have come back. That would have been 12 food units right there.
Oh, so that's like an extra degree of success.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, it's critical. So it's 3 times the 4 degrees of success. So that'd be 12 food units if we were hunting. But we're not hunting. Instead,
Yeah, you couldn't do that when you were hunting.
I know. Where was that when I was hunting? Jeez.
So the dog got. That's 4 degrees.
Yeah. So the 001, the critical success 001 is the 4th degree of success. It only happens if a person rolls 001.
And how many degrees of success did you get?
I got 3 degrees of success. I got amazing success.
Wow. Okay. You guys are the 3 of you are stay up for the watch,
Yeah.
and
Dog starts sniffing around a little bit.
you guys are a little bit.
Shoot.
What?
I messed up. I forgot that the dog, when we were doing all that tracking and hunting before, the dog has advantage on tracking because of the snows. I was just like, oh, it's sniffing. Damn it. All right. Well, whatever.
Oh, that's okay. It was rabbit food.
Yeah, it was rabbit.
So after about an hour or two, you guys hear a faint snoring, and Jake is asleep.
Jake, of course.
He's an old
Sleeping all
man.
the time.
He's an old man.
Geriatric old man.
He makes you look young.
Yeah, he does. I'm like half his age.
Yeah, probably. You're surprised he survived this long.
You're right.
And you're looking around, and you think you see footprints, maybe humanoid, but it doesn't look like a barefoot human or even a boot. A barefoot human would have uh,
Right,
five little
toes and
toes
stuff.
and
Yeah.
stuff, or if it's a boot, it'd be a round
Right.
thing.
Rounded edge, a heel.
This
Yeah.
actually looks like, if it is a barefoot, it looks like 3 flat toes, 2 in front and 1 in the back. That doesn't look. That's not a human foot unless it's a weird shoe. And then the dog's ears perk up, and it starts looking off in a direction, and he starts growling.
I'm what's going on? What's going on, Mutt? I'm gonna do a real quick academics roll to see if Jules knows what this footprint is.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh wait, it's disadvantage because I don't have academics. Oh, that's cool though. It was a 32 or a 22, both of which are underneath. Oh no, wait, it's 32. That's a failure. Sorry. Nope.
It's not
Because academics is intelligence. Yep, it's a failure.
You're trying to figure out, and you have.
And then he growls. So now I'm like, oh, okay. What's up, boy? And I go over and stand by him, and I'm looking out. He's growling at something. I know that that's not a good sign, so I'm just going to make a quick whistle to try to wake everybody up.
All right, so you can actually, if you wanted to, you could follow the footprints. They look like they came into camp at one point, and looks like they're leaving. But you haven't gone that far out. But it looks like you could follow them if you wanted to. And Jake wakes up. What? I'm up. What's?
Jake, we got some footprints, and Mutt's not liking this.
Yeah, he's still growling, moving in the direction you saw the footprints leading off to.
Yeah, I think he's shown us that there's something out here. Maybe you wake the others up. I know they just went to sleep, and maybe you wake them back up. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go find out what's going on.
Just because you rolled that, Nicholas, perception 90. Yeah, you.
Right.
Give me a roll for Robin, just to see.
Roll for Robin.
No. Robin can roll a perception check too, just to see if you guys wake up right away or you have to be shaken awake.
Yeah, Robin and Sin. You're talking about?
Yeah, Sin rolled. Is that perception you just rolled now, Nicholas?
No, that was an earlier perception. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Never mind. Never mind. You guys wake up. Jake shakes you guys awake, and he holds a finger up to his lips. Like
Jake starts to wake me up, but I snap to when you even start to head that way. And all you hear as I wake up, damn Sixth Sense.
Yeah, he covers your mouth up when you start. If you start, or he tries to.
It just snaps too. It's not even a casual wake up.
And you guys can hear Mutt growling, and Jules is off on the edge of camp.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my combat knife out in my hand.
Jake pulls out his bow. And this is, he says, this goes beyond a little training expedition. I wasn't worried about the bear. I wasn't worried about the bear, but this might be worse until I know what it is. So you guys
Words
can
like what?
you
Try
guys
to
can
tell
go.
what it is.
You want to do an academics check? Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I pointed out where the footprints were for sure.
So
And would it be
disadvantage.
with advantage because of everyone pointing it out?
What?
Sorry. Oh, pointing it out. No, well, you can
No.
see what it is. It's not
Yeah.
helping you out in any way. So you have disadvantage on that roll, unless you have something that'll.
Wait,
grant
why would
you-
he have disadvantage on that roll? It's an academics roll. Are you proficient in academics?
No.
I'm not proficient.
Oh, okay, that's why. Okay, got it.
Yes.
I understand. yeah,
And
that's
they're
fine.
both the same at 75.
Which you've never seen anything like that at all. And I bet Sin is not even going to attempt to roll.
Yeah, no. It's my lowest stat, so
No, your ballistics is your lowest.
Oh, that's true. Technically,
Yeah.
ballistics is lower.
I mean
Yeah.
fortitude is actually the same as intelligence, but
Yeah. Hey.
I look at it and I'm just like I don't care what it is. It's dangerous, so it could be anything.
Yeah. Right.
So, will you guys like to follow the tracks? To see
Actually, I'm going to use a point of luck to re-roll
okay, go ahead.
because
Oh yeah. That's
I've got a pretty high.
You got the points.
You
got
have the
80.
highest luck use per game reroll. Yeah.
That would be a 49
Ooh, there you go. That sounds
at
better.
disadvantage.
Yeah, that's still just 1 degree of success, but so how would that would be an opposed roll? Something like that, or
No, it's not opposed. No, he just has to get a success to know what it is.
oh, okay.
You would
so-
the degrees of success on the academic rolls. If you give it to him, he gets a +5 to whatever his next action is because he knows what that is. That's how the academics works. Otherwise, you just know what you're looking at, or know about the thing, or know some stuff about it. You know, that kind of stuff.
Actually, you seem to remember you looked at it. It wasn't familiar. Then it's like you remember seeing something about it or reading something maybe back in a previous life at another time. That is an alien footprint. Let's see. Is there a
I'll
description
look
of it?
at them and say, I think ET phoned home.
I guess the degrees of success can be how much he knows about them.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, yeah. He got how many degrees of success was that?
Just the one.
Just one. Yeah.
You
Know some stuff about aliens.
Yeah, they are humanoid in shape, and they have been to Earth. From your recollection, they have been to Earth before. Actually, there's probably an alien apocalypse, is there not?
There is an alien apocalypse. Yeah.
So so it's common enough knowledge that aliens have been to Earth.
Yeah.
You can identify their footprint, and I will say you even know that it is difficult to find them if they don't want to be seen. The fact that you guys know there is one is saying a lot.
Yeah, that's some luck right there.
I look at him and say, this isn't good. It's hard to fight something you can't figure out where it is.
Saying you can't kill what you can't see.
I kind of remember that's an alien footprint.
Oh no. It's clear that Mutt is onto something, so I'm gonna say, listen, I think we can either take the fight to them or bring ourselves together and wait for them to come for us. What do you think?
I just know what I know, and I don't know enough about this.
All right, knowing what I know, which is not anything at all, I'm going to put the knife away and go for the baseball bat.
Do we know if they have like some ranged weapon? Do we know anything about those kinds of
Oh,
information?
that's a good question. I don't know anything because I failed that roll. Are we loading? What happened? Is there still a Paul?
Maybe
I
he's
think
muted.
Paul lagged out.
Yeah,
He just
'cause
messaged on Facebook.
lagged. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I wonder if he would give it to me or not for Robin to know whether or not they have ranged weapons.
Well, he should be back any
He should be
second.
back. Yeah, he should be back. He just lagged out. Oh, his internet's down. Does SteamYard stop recording when he disconnects, or is it still recording because we're still in here?
That's a legitimate question. But he's still there. I mean, I can still see him.
Yeah, he's still there, but it seems his internet is down.
Mystery. That's the aliens.
Right?
They're not
It's
only in the
aliens at
game.
work. They're holding us hostage with the technology. This would be a tech use. This would be a tech use role here, Robin. This is what tech use is for, figuring out the internets. How did he lose? Wow, he lost all of his internet.
His house net went down. He's trying to set up hotspot.
Yeah. Lost all of his internet.
Let me check, because my dog is barking. Maybe there's an alien here. So
My dog is legit sitting at my feet right now, chewing on a toy.
So yeah, I'm gonna check the yard and see why it's barking so much. Be right back.
All right. Page 4 of Maximum Apocalypse Scorebook. Game overview. Maximum Apocalypse, the role-playing game, is a tabletop RPG based on... Oh, he finally dropped. Based on a board game of the same name. This RPG seeks to expand the experiences of the board game and offer a more immersive environment. Oh, you're back. Oh, maybe?
I am back. Sorry.
Okay, good. I was just filling time by reading page 4 of the core book, but you came back too quickly. I only got through one paragraph.
Okay, I can be gone again. No,
No, just kidding. It's fine. I'm not sure. Well, I know that Nicholas went to go check on his dog barking. I don't
okay,
know.
that's fine. I was gonna just before. I was gonna do a little bit more and then go on a break for the final section here. So
Sure,
if-
just
well, we can do that
we're
now.
at 3.5 hours, by the way, just in case you weren't paying attention.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a little longer. Went technical difficulties.
yeah. I mean, we
it's a new-
started like an hour after start time anyway.
Yeah, we're at 2:40 that we've been
2:40
live.
total time. Yeah, of
Yeah.
live time.
Okay. Did you guys decide if you wanted to continue tracking?
I was gonna go after it with my baseball bat. I was gonna have that and just follow the dog and let the dog track.
John, does that sound like a plan?
She would have a sling in her stone in her sling, and the spear in hand, and Hopefully they don't move as quicker than a bear
Okay, can
or a
we
zombie bear.
get another tracking check from Mutt? And
Yep.
I will give Mutt advantage.
Mud already gets advantage on tracking. That's what I was saying before
Oh.
because I forgot that he had the smell special ability, which gives him
Right, right.
advantage on tracking.
Okay.
So yeah, he already has advantage on tracking. So whoops, I rolled the wrong red one. Okay, that's a 7 is the advantage number 7, which is an amazing success for Mutt.
Good dog. Good dog.
Right, this time Mutt paid off. And I don't know if Paul is muted or not here again.
Basically, Mutt is good at tracking live things, sort of dangerous things, not rabbits. They're not dangerous.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like food, he apparently doesn't care, but when it comes to like things that are going to attack us in the night, super good at it.
He's not food motivated for some
He's
reason.
not food motivated.
You
no,
feed him too well to find food.
Yeah, right. He's
I
stressful
think you feed
situation
him
motivated.
before you feed yourself.
Well, of course I do. That is
Now-
obviously how this thing works.
Now, perception is based off of
Instinct.
instinct, and his instinct is 60. Okay, I
Yeah,
will give
I
him
got a
5% on his 5% on his so 70 perception on his next roll.
On his next one? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
You want me to
so
roll
one
again?
more. You guys are getting a lot closer. Yeah, so give me
Oh,
one
right,
more.
right. Yeah, that's right. We're doing that scene. Got it. I understand. Oh, and this one's a 002.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the other option was 72, but I'm not taking that one because I have advantage.
Now, now where is it? You guys start following the tracks. You point out the tracks to the dog.
Yeah, like I'm
he-
pointing them out. Like Mutt's finding them. To be fair, I'm just following Mutt and pointing at them for everybody else.
It's almost like he's smelling his way.
Yeah.
Through, oh, he's doing perception, right? Yeah.
He's doing, or is he tracking or perception?
Oh, he was track. It doesn't matter. I'm not
doesn't
gonna
matter.
be picky on
Yeah.
that. So yeah, the dog finds
He's
his way.
tracking them. He's sniffing and tracking and sniffing and tracking.
And you guys make your way to what looks like a humanoid corpse hanging from deer intestines intertwined, and its chest is open with its internal organs displayed. You don't know if looks like it's strung up by the deer intestines, and it looks like it surgically opened up and maybe something was examining it. But I need a resolve special stat roll from everybody.
Yeah, of course.
The resolve is
It's one of the
under
special
your
stats.
special stats,
Yeah.
which is intelligence and instinct divided by 2.
Yeah.
So you guys can roll that. And yes, obviously, Jake needs to roll that too.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled a 27.
And you need a 6. Oh, yeah, you got a second degree success.
Oh, you guys want to hear
I
this? one?
failed.
Yeah, I failed too. But you guys want to hear this?
What's that?
Both I rolled for both Mutt and for Jules. Jules got a 98 and Mutt 9D and Mutt got a 98.
Wow. So, and
There's
Jake
no chance
got
you're
a-
gonna know that one.
Jake got a 93. You could roll your. You want to re-roll?
No, I think I'm gonna take it. I'm just gonna accept it.
Okay. So not Robin, but
so bad.
everybody else has the unnerved condition for the following combat. Characters, yeah, and what unnerved?
Oh, I didn't write that in the module, did I?
Maybe not.
It's
no.
from the core book. Yeah, it's one of the conditions. Hold on, let me. Pull
Is
it
that
up
in the
for you.
DM?
Yeah, we can see
screen?
here. Unnerved. Disadvantage on all rolls.
Yeah, it's on your character sheet. Yeah. So we have disadvantage on our rolls.
And where is that? Just
It's on
so
our
I know.
character sheets, but it's also in the core book. It's on page 78. Wait, hold on.
Where's it on
No,
the
it's
character
79.
sheet?
It's on the character sheets on the very last page, or no, the first page of numbers, the third page in on the character
Right
sheet.
there.
Resolve
That's at the-
damage, unnerved, disadvantage on all rolls.
Right. Unnerved, shaken, and stunned. Okay.
Yeah, that's how you go crazy. So we're at the unnerved level.
Yeah, you just saw most. Jake is throwing up in the.
So what it is for 1d4 whole combat rounds, we have a disadvantage on our skill rolls.
And everyone rolls separately for that.
It's up to you. You can roll it, or we can roll it individually.
I will. You guys can roll for yourselves.
Okay.
So D4 rounds. So Nicholas, you can roll.
It's full rounds, not action phases. It's full rounds.
Right. Jake is out for 3 rounds. Well, for chance
Roll
of
the
having-
1.
Oh, nice. You rolled a 1 again. Nice. This time it was helpful.
Jake, I was going to let him attack, and he's out for 3 rounds.
Well, he's
Oh, no,
not
he has
so unnerved. It
disadvantage.
doesn't mean that we can't attack. It means we just do it at disadvantage.
Yeah, sorry, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So we can still do things. We just have disadvantage on our stuff because we're shaken by what's going on.
Right,
We're
right.
unnerved by what's happening.
Now, basically, sorry, 1 second here. Does anybody have the Sixth Sense special ability?
None of us survived the alien apocalypse.
Oh, right. That's only the
Yep.
the ninja guy.
The
What's it?
one of them, I can't remember who it is.
yeah.
One of them has done the alien
Okay.
thing.
Oh, right. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's an alien.
There is another like a psychic ability that does the same effect, but I don't think any of us are psychics either.
Yeah, the closest one would be Robin, but Robin doesn't have anything like that.
No.
No, upgrade, Deja Vu, and Lucky Stars.
Yeah.
Right. Basically, everyone needs a perception roll at disadvantage.
Yep.
Unless you let me know. Yeah, so that's unless you had the
That sounds right.
Sixth Sense or something else.
Yeah, unless you had those.
Wow. Jake got a 2. Oh, at disadvantage.
Oh hey. I passed on both, even with disadvantage.
Jake got a
failed.
12. Yeah, Jake got a 12.
Man, Nicholas. Is it Nicholas or Nicolas? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name.
Okay, I'm going to
Just
pull another
pronounce it
luck.
however you can.
Okay. Well, Nicholas, it sounds like you and the dice are just not getting along tonight.
I mean, because
lot of
it's
failures.
disadvantage.
Yeah,
See,
this is
I-
advantage stuff, man.
Well, I think
I rolled a 2
everyone
and then I rolled a 79. So
everyone except Robin had disadvantage anyway. I
Yeah,
guess.
right. Yeah, we did because of the unnerved.
Okay, so I don't have disadvantage? Or do I have disadvantage?
You do still have disadvantage.
There's a
Everyone
reason
had-
why we all have
yeah.
disadvantage anyway. We would have all had it regardless.
Okay. Well, I still made mine by 2.
Well, there you go.
And
And
Jake
I
still-
have skilled, which I'm not sure exactly what that means.
So the skill pushes it up by +5, right? So
Yeah.
if you look at the skill notes, it clarifies that.
yes, it's basically they're recalculated. What
Yeah.
did you roll again, John?
I rolled a 52.
Yeah, so you were
So
under
that's
by
all-
8.
Let's put it this way: at disadvantage, Jake got below quarter
Whoa.
by 1. So he's good at hunting, I guess. Even
Yeah,
though
he's the hunter.
technically he sucks at hunting, but he's good at it.
Yeah, he's
He's
still
a
good at it. He's still a
Yeah,
hunter.
Yeah. Well, okay. So at disadvantage, you got really good, and so what that means is, so everyone failed except no, sorry. Robin succeeded. Sin, Jules, and Mutt all failed.
No, so Jules and Mutt succeeded on the perception roll.
Oh, right. Okay, so it was just Sin.
They both of them, even with disadvantage, were below their threshold, so we were fine.
Everyone over.
Because the highest one, so between the two of them, the highest one was Mutt, who got a 63, which is still under. But
Right.
both of Jules's rolls were was like a 35, and then that was like a 22, so or a 25, sorry. So then it was
Right.
like the same number.
So they added. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Success is a success. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, just success. Yeah,
Wasted that good one.
yeah, you did.
So
Well, it would matter if there were like some reason why we like needed to get it, like if farther away or harder to see, that kind of thing.
right, if there was an opposed check, maybe.
Yeah, if it's posed, like somebody sneaking up on him. Yeah.
Which basically they're not sneaking, but there was a
Yeah,
basically
they're not
Sin
sneaking.
does not. Sin will be surprised for this round
Yep.
because you do not see something moving. Think Predator. The Predator is here, and Sin does not see it. Well, technically nobody sees it, but they have an idea. But
we noticed a vague outline moving toward us, is what you're trying to say, right?
yeah, you see the blur effect, so you know
Yeah.
something is there. So coming at you now. I'm gonna stick with one. If we were earlier on, I would have put two soldiers, alien soldiers, but I'm just gonna do the one. So the way combat is going to be the thief first, but not this round.
Right, because it's surprised.
The veteran
Sin
is
is
next. Then, oh, lucky you, Jake goes next. Then the alien soldier, then the dog, then the mechanic.
That sounds correct.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the dog has its own initiative, and
Goes on a
Uh,
9-9-4.
yeah. So we'll skip the thief this round because you don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
And that would be Jules goes first.
All right. So Jules, like I said, he had the baseball bat, right? Because that was what he had ready. Jules sees this vague, fuzzy thing moving toward him, and he's gonna try to, step to engage with it and then swing two-handed. So I'm going to be using the two-handed feature of a baseball bat, the versatile, to give myself
Yes.
advantage. And that's what it does. Do I have any modifiers that affect me?
Just disadvantage.
So I have disadvantage because it's fuzzy, right?
No, you have disadvantage because you're on.
Oh, because I have disadvantage because I'm yes. Do I also have disadvantage because it's fuzzy?
So they stack and
Yeah, they do stack.
oh, so that means overall you have disadvantage. And
I have 2 disadvantage. Yeah, so I have the disadvantage from being unnerved, and then I'm countering that with the versatile, but then I'm still at disadvantage.
yes,
okay,
so
that's what I wanted to know.
you can't. It's hard to see it, and you're unnerved.
Yeah.
But you're using two hands, so you're at one disadvantage. So they stack, but they're still only
Yeah, because they
one.
counter each other out. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
All right. So here's the deal. I got a 10 and a 10 as my 2 tens dice. So I got a 14 or a 14. So I guess I'm gonna choose the 14 because it's the worst of the 2 numbers, which is 2 degrees of success. 2 degrees of success with the baseball bat.
So I guess I am trying to dodge.
Yeah, you're trying to dodge. You got to get 3 degrees of success or higher because ties go to the attacker.
Let's see.
Are you muted again, Paul?
Of course I am. I was talking to myself.
Yeah.
No, I was trying to calculate what half threshold is, but I don't need to because That's pretty easy to calculate. So just 1 degree of success.
Okay, so I hit him.
Hold on, let me just check something here. I can actually negate damage with the resilience roll.
No, well, yes, but first I have to roll the damage.
That's true. Okay.
So what the way that their thing works is that when I hit them and give them damage, they can attempt to reduce it by making a resilience roll, and each degree of success reduces it by 2.
Okay, now I get it. So they have hit points, and then they have
And then they can
armor points.
also the armor can roll off some of the damage too.
Sure. Okay, that works.
That's what makes them dangerous, is that our damage might roll off a bunch. Well, I did 6 damage to it.
So I can roll.
You could, if you
resilience check.
chose to. You could roll resilience to have it reduce that damage.
And if I get 2 degrees of success, it'll negate all that damage. But then
No, it would need 3 degrees of success to negate all of that, because it's 2 per, and I did 6 damage.
2 per.
Yeah. So for every degree of success, it reduces the damage by 2. So because I did 6,
sorry,
it needs to do 3 degrees of success to reduce it all the way.
Right. So whatever I reduce, I take off.
You take off that total, yeah.
The armor, and then the rest goes through the normal.
No. You roll. So the armor works like this: you roll the resilience, you reduce
Yes.
the damage, and then that remaining damage then goes into the armor's damage, the armor itself. Right.
Oh, so
the like a single
Okay.
alien soldier could take a ton of damage.
so
if they
it
do
won't
really
even
well
touch its hit points until it gets through its armor.
until it gets past that armor resilience roll. Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's optional. You don't have to use it, but it can use it.
Yeah. You know what? I am not going to use the armor.
Yeah, it's one of the armor's effects, and it's up to the game master to use it or not.
Right now, only because we're
'Cause of
pressed for
time.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use. So it does not have. You guys are lucky. It doesn't have exoskeletal armor. It still has chameleon armor.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what's making it all fuzzy. It's hard
Yeah.
to be seen.
Yeah.
Now let's see. So it takes. You said 6 damage, right?
It took 6 damage. Yeah, for me.
All right. So you see it
Clunk on the head when I swung.
Yeah, you managed to bypass some of its armor. Well, it doesn't dodge.
No,
out
I
of the
just
way.
hit
You
it somewhere in the body. I just nailed it.
Yeah, sorry. You hit it and it doesn't dodge out of the way, and you connect with it.
Connect.
All right. So that is now it is. Oh, where is it? It's my turn. Disadvantage. I got 3 2s, so 22. And my
And I still call out luck.
Yeah, you can, man. It's your special
Yeah.
ability.
what do you want me to re-roll?
22 is a success, isn't it? To hit
Oh.
Jules.
To hit Jewel? No. Jake is attacking the alien.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was.
Sorry.
I thought the alien was attacking.
You
Sorry.
said me, and
Yeah, I thought it was the alien too.
I
you hadn't
apologize.
attacked with Jake before,
Yeah, right.
so I
No.
assumed it was the monster hitting Jules.
No. Sorry, this is Jake. He's actually doing.
Oh yeah, then
something.
we want that to happen.
Yeah, and he got 2 degrees.
Now remember, the alien gets disadvantage on the dodge because it's the second time it's had a dodge in this action phase.
All right. So 2 degrees of success, and what's mod max +1 and dampener?
So the mod max +1. So Jake has if Jake has a DC modifier, like if they have a bigger build, then he gets to add up to 1 to his damage code, right? So So what? Let me pull it up. Which character sheet are you using for that guy? For Jake?
Dakota. Dakota the Hunter.
Okay. Dakota.
I
So
don't think so.
Dakota.
No.
Let's pull it down. Dakota does
Is-
not have a DC modifier, so that doesn't matter.
Okay, so if Dakota was 100 to 149 build,
Yeah, then he would get a +1 to his damage. So the damage code would jump up by 1. So the bow, which is average, would become a heavy bow because he's a bigger guy or a bigger lady. Whoever.
and the dampener.
And the dampener just decreases the sound it makes. So
Oh.
the recurve bow essentially makes no sound when it's used.
Okay, so basically nothing of use right
The
now.
dampener reduces by 1 each time, so he can only use it Jake can only use it 10 times before he has to repair it, but it makes him silent.
Okay, and all right, so A is 2d4, but I roll that twice with 2 degrees of success.
No, he just rolls 2d4 because it was the one in this opposed roll. It's just who did better, and that's who wins.
Oh, okay, sorry. So 2d4.
Yep.
All right, so I rolled 5.
Neat.
So yeah. So yeah, it's hurting right now. They got hurt took an arrow to the knee. No.
Maybe. We don't know where the alien knees are.
Right. Oh, I should have nullified. Not that it mattered on this roll. I should have nullified. I could have aimed. He
that's
takes up. So I'm just checking something here. He is going to. I guess there's not much. He's going to go. Oh, there's called shots.
Yeah, there's called shots, and if he hides, then the next time he uses the bow, he does even more damage.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's the
Silent Stalker ability.
yes.
Yeah.
Nothing will roll. Oh, he gets an extra movement as a free action.
Yeah, because he's fleet-footed.
Yeah. So he is going to do a stealth check then and try
Yeah,
to
he's gonna
hide,
move and hide. Yeah.
which is disadvantage.
Right. Because he's
Unnerved.
unnerved.
So 47.
That's a success.
Yeah, and the other one was a 0, so
Yeah.
that would have been
Yeah.
less. So 47 stealth. Yeah. That is just 1 degree success. And is it versus perception?
Yeah, so right now, because he's just doing it as his action, the creature doesn't get a chance to look at him yet. Right? He just hides.
The creature's action now.
Okay, yeah, if the creature wants to take their time and look for him, then yeah, they can roll. And then
Oh, well, then that's their action.
yeah, that's their action.
Right. So they're not going to try to look for the old man.
Right.
They're going to focus on the not.
Because there's like 3 other people right there, so there's no reason. But it just means that when Jake takes his next attack, his damage code will jump up to a M. So he'll be doing 2d6
Oh, right.
3.
Oh, right. Now it's all coming back to me.
Oh no. Yes. Yeah. M. 2d6 3. Yep.
Yeah, it's an A, so it goes to an M. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So now it is going to attack, and it pulls out a large. Hold on. Pulls out this large sword made from human bone. Well, sorry, it made out of bone. You don't know
It's made out of bone. Yeah.
Unless you guys want to examine it up close, you can study it. I think he'll hold still for examination.
Yeah. Why not? Who is the alien attacking?
You, because you're right
Okay.
in front.
I am going to try to parry the attack.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so that tells
Okay. and I have disadvantage. There's a
So,
stupid
just-
disadvantage.
Mouse button. That one.
Okay, okay, now I see. It's saying cutters 45. You don't have to parry.
Okay.
Uh, I failed.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
It's this big, heavy.
So this blade comes out and misses me, and I'm like, just like, wow.
Yeah, it's a
Thinking
big,
I'm cool.
heavy weapon. I'm guessing two-hand. It says heavy. So is that two-handed?
No, heavy is its damage code.
Oh, heavy's. Sorry. Oh,
Wait, where do
okay.
you see heavy?
What? In the description, cutters are swords made from bone and
Oh,
have.
yeah. No, it's a
heavy
heavy.
damage
So
code,
it's a heavy damage code. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it swings. It's a large weapon. It swings and it misses, and that's fine. And next to be the dog.
Oh, so sorry, that's me. Mutt is then going to do what Mutt does. Gonna rush in and try to bite this guy. I'm gonna do. Mutt is at disadvantage,
Oh,
so I can't
actually-
do a cold shot.
Since I didn't do an aim, he is actually going to move away.
That's fine. Mutt's gonna close the distance and attack him anyway.
Right.
So he moved, and then he's not standing next to Jules, so at least there's that. But Mutt is going to try to grab him. I'm not going to do a called shot leg because Mutt's already at disadvantage, so I can't do that. So I guess
Actually, at melee range, does it not cancel out the disadvantage?
No, melee doesn't get range modifiers.
No, but I mean it's an unseen attack. Oh, that's I guess ambushing. That's different.
Yeah, that's ambushing, and that's unseen attacker. Yeah, he's not trying to hide from us. He's just fuzzy.
Right.
If Jake were to like come out of the bushes to attack with a knife, then that would ruin Jake's whole surprise thing that he's doing. Right.
Yeah.
But this is not an unseen attacker. This is just unseen because of his armor, not because of him trying to hide.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
So he's going to. So yeah. So Mutt's going to just attack with disadvantage.
Yeah.
I'm going to re-roll that.
The dog has luck, or it's your luck.
Dog has 2 luck use. Yeah. But I was going to use my own anyway. But yeah, the dog does have 2, and that one actually hits. The second one, just barely though. It's just a success.
So that is dodge. Oh, 89. No.
Cool. Well, then the dog does only 3 damage. Yeah. Okay, what's that? 3 damage from the dog.
Yeah, you takes a bit of the bite out of the.
Yeah, like clips him, maybe with a claw rather than 2.
Grazes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tis but a scratch.
Tis but a scratch.
Okay, now it is the mechanic's turn. Robin.
Robin has a crazy question, or at least John has the crazy question. Then Robin may do something even more crazy. I've got a weird sci-fi tacky character. Is there like a component, like an antifreeze or something like that, that gives it the sci-fi glow to science fiction equipment? Not the equipment itself. I just want the solution that goes in it.
So you could craft something like that. I don't know if you have time to craft in combat.
Well, I think it would probably end up being more of a component that it would be into crafting.
You don't have a specific item, so you would have to use what components you have to create it.
Never mind.
You have a flashlight if that does. If you want to.
Are
Well,
you
what I
asking
was
if the
saying
alien
is something like a glow stick. The stuff inside of a glow stick.
Yes, you don't have that specifically on your sheet.
Yeah, the glow sticks are a thing, yeah, but you don't have them.
As I said, I would allow you to make it, just not right now.
No, it's not worth it. I'm just going to move up, try to take a swing on it.
Okay, go ahead.
And is this at disadvantage?
Not for you. Oh, yeah. Actually, no, still
Yeah.
a disadvantage. Everyone has double disadvantage except for you. You have single disadvantage.
Yeah, because it's fuzzy.
Well, that's still a 46 to hit. So I miss. And I just get ready for it to hit me.
Okay, you're not going to use a luck.
No.
Okay, now we're back at the top of the round, and Sin, you were like, "Oh my God, what was it doing to that human there? That being that's all strung up?" And then all of a sudden, you hear fighting behind you.
So the question is, do I see it? Is it visible now? Like totally visible?
Not totally visible. You are now seeing the blur, so you'll have disadvantage. Well, double disadvantage, but still just disadvantage to fighting it unless you find a way to cancel. It's
Yeah, I was actually thinking the exact same thing
you
as
got
my
the glow
mechanic
stick.
friend.
Yeah.
Exactly. I probably turned back, and as a thief, I know that this kind of advantage is very useful. And
Basic. Yeah, I will let you grab the item and use it as your full action. You can like break it open and throw it at him.
exactly, that's exactly what I want to do.
Yes.
What would I roll to do? Like, is it a dexterity throw?
Agility, essentially, which you're good at.
Yeah. Okay, but it's still disadvantage, right?
Yes, it is. But remember, you also still have luck points, so go
There
ahead.
is no need.
What did you get?
I rolled 20.
20. That is 3 degrees of success. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to roll 12.
You have to actually roll a 001
Oh, I do. Okay, then
because
no.
you have to beat his degrees of success.
Right, which means there's no way.
Yeah, there's no way unless you roll a 001. Yeah,
There's no way.
yeah.
Let's put it this way. I didn't get 1 degree of success. So
Yeah.
you toss that. You cut it open, like you break open the top, and you
Yeah, just crack it open.
but you like crack it fully open, throw it on, and it coats the creature enough that you can see it now. And that means that the veteran only has single disadvantage.
Yay! John, was that what you were trying to do? Just to be clear.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the glow sticks were a thing, and Sin had some. I don't have any though. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to. what?
Sorry, actually, since the surprise round, that just meant the
He's
one action
already
page.
done it. Just let it be.
Okay.
No.
Scott,
Yeah.
Sin was surprised. Is that just for one action phase or the
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
round?
So essentially, he doesn't get to act in the first action phase, but then every other action phase following resolves as normal.
Okay, so that was just the first action phase. He still has the 2 and the 3.
Oh yeah, you still got the other
Right.
two. Yeah.
Okay, so you second action phase now. It's on veteran Jules'
Yeah.
turn.
It's on to me, right? Yeah. Yeah. No, that was absolutely how that was supposed to happen. Okay, so I'm gonna again double hand my baseball bat, thereby negating my disadvantage, and I'm going to roll, and I got a success. Just 1 degree, though, not super awesome.
You're not allowed to.
Does he have luck points?
Does the alien have luck points?
Yeah.
Why
No.
would no? You're the game master, I guess. You could, I guess, rule that he does, but
No, I keep getting 60 something. This is 62 now. So no.
I mean, no. The monsters, none of the monsters have luck points statted.
Okay, so yeah, you hit him with your baseball bat.
Yeah. All right. So then it's just 2d4. I probably should like do a called shot kneecap or something, but because I start with disadvantage, I can't do called shots. 5.
No, yeah, you're hurting him. You give him a nice crack against the kneecap just for flavor.
Nice. Just for flavor, yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a kneecap.
I don't know
and
where
you
its
cracked
kneecaps are.
That's the problem. If that was a human, you gave it a really good hit. You
Right.
cracked the human in the kneecap, but it's not a human in a suit.
For all I know, it has horse legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was a human, you would have cracked the kneecap.
Sure. Sounds great.
Okay, and so now out of the shadows appears the old man with the bow. And he fires at disadvantage.
You have to stop.
Wow. 96. I am going to use one of his luck to re-roll that. Okay, 99.
Oh man.
Can you burn through his luck? No. Okay. So he pops out of the shadows and attacks the tree. And he goes, and then you hear.
Well, so technically he doesn't pop out the shadows in this game. He's still in the shadows. His arrow went somewhere and we have no idea where it went.
Oh, so I didn't need to move back in, so I could have done that at advantage.
Yeah. So yeah, the stealth doesn't work the same way that it does in Dungeons and Dragons or
Right.
anything.
Okay,
He
so
remains stealth, but if he hits his target, then the target gets to make an opposed perception versus stealth to see him.
right.
Yeah.
Does he still get the +2?
Yeah, he would still get the +2 damage if he hit.
Right. He just may not be hidden anymore.
No, he would always be hidden. Yeah, he may not be hidden if
Right.
if he fails the opposed roll. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that may see him.
For all intents and purposes, I'll take out the disadvantage die, and it's still 99. So
Yeah, right.
it would have been a 91 if it was the other way around. So I'm not. So yeah, he doesn't pop out of the shadows, but you see an arrow hit the tree, and then you hear the bushes say "crap." And now the dog is in melee range, correct? In close range.
Yes, the dog is in close range.
So the dog is going to get the large cleaver comes down, and let's see if it hits your dog. Remember I said I've been getting a lot of 60s?
Yeah.
65. Well, that other roll's a 90, but all right. So the large cutter comes flying down and the dog doesn't even move. It just misses the dog. It's probably not used to fighting things a lot shorter. So that means it's the dog's turn. Last action phase for the dog.
Yeah, so the dog gets to take an action. The dog is going to try to attack this thing back. He doesn't have disadvantage for the fuzziness now, right? Because he's glowing.
But he has fuzziness for being unnerved.
But he does have the disadvantage for unnerved, yeah.
Right.
So I guess the dog doesn't know how to take aim. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and oh, that's what I should have done. All right. Well, I failed to do that, but so that's all right. Okay, so my disadvantage, it makes it a 52, which is still a success.
Has he dodged? Yes, he has dodged. So
Yeah.
How does that
He
work?
gets disadvantage on his dodge.
And he can only do it. Can he do
He
it
can
again?
dodge as many times as he wants. He just gets disadvantage if he dodges more than once.
All right, 50, 56. So close. He almost dodges, but that dog grabs onto his leg.
Got it. So he gets him for 3 damage again, but now he can. This is what I should have done before. I can now get like grapple with him in a minute. So this will do the next round. He'll be trying to grapple with him with the thing. So he's locked on right now.
Lockjaw.
Yeah.
Oh, he could do incapacitate as well.
Yeah. But I have to do called shot leg, and he's at disadvantage from being unnerved.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's
so I have to be. I can't make called shots when I'm already at disadvantage.
All right, John. What is Robin doing?
Stab it again.
All right. So
with
you're
an
gonna.
aim action.
You were 2 movement away, so you can move 1 closer and be within range with your spear.
I think
So
he moved the last time
Oh, you
to
did?
be one. Yeah, he moved the last time to move closer to it so he could hit it.
Mhm.
So he should be, if it hasn't moved since then, he should be able to just take an aim and hit.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're only 1. That's fine. You
Yeah,
can
because he
attack from
can
where you are.
reach up,
So you can,
beeline.
yeah. So do. You're not at disadvantage, but you can aim and be at advantage.
Okay. So I'm at advantage.
Yes.
That is a 43 to hit. So I hit.
1 degree of success. Oh my goodness. 1 degree of success. What do I need? 2
He
to
needs
dodge?
to. Yep.
Yeah. Boy. Okay.
He made
so,
his 2.
No, he made the 1 only.
Yeah,
So,
so
so you hit him.
Okay.
Oh, quick question. What does unbalanced mean?
It means he throws it at disadvantage.
Oh, okay. He's not throwing
He
the
tries to
spear.
throw it. Yeah, he's not trying
Yeah.
to throw it.
So you have 1d6 plus 3 damage.
That's going to be 9.
All right. How do you want to do this?
Oh, it's a kill shot?
Yeah.
Yep. By 1. Usually it's the other way around. They're at 1 hit point. This one is at
Yeah,
minus
right.
1.
Well,
Nice.
okay. I start to go in to stab at him, and he lunges, and we now have a piked alien.
Nice. Good job there, Robin.
So you see as you pierce its skin, you see green blood pouring out, and it flickers, and you can see it in full grotesqueness, and it looks scaly hide that was gave it the that blurred effect that hid itself from view. So
So is it an armor or a skin?
it had armor technically, but I removed it. This
He
is
removed it, yeah.
a second skin,
Got a
essentially,
chameleon skin.
or it's normal skin, I guess. That's how I'm going to view it. So yeah, you could hold on. Let me check something here. Yeah, it's a second skin, so you could try to remove it if you wanted to,
Yeah.
but
Sure.
it is organic in nature, so it's probably might be hard to keep it. So well, first give me a survival roll and see if you can.
I mean, it could be survival.
Well, that's what I'm. Survival skill
Yeah.
roll to obtain the layer of chameleon skin.
Yeah.
Well, that is going to be a 22.
And is that a success? Yes, it is. Okay, so you manage to skin it, and as you realize now, it is organic in nature, and you're gonna have to find a way to preserve it to keep it from decaying, I guess, drying out and dying. So, if you want to give me a xenotech roll.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm reading what you wrote, Scott.
Did I write that? I'm just trying to see.
Yeah, that's what under conclusion.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're right. Xenotech Skilius. Yeah, right. Got it. I did write that. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, now that I
Well,
think about
I'm rolling pretty hot tonight. That's still a 30.
Nice.
Xenotech is at disadvantage
To give out.
because it's not a.
Oh,
you're not
because
proficient in it.
he's not proficient. Oh yeah.
I'm not proficient. That's with disadvantage.
Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Nailed
So that was already okay. So you have just the right amount of chemicals or something. You find a way to preserve it.
Yeah,
and-
put it in a container that we've got,
Yeah.
bottle or something. Yeah.
I pull out a jury med pack and whatever.
Yeah. There you
Slide
go.
it in.
Bandage it up.
Yeah. So you find a way to.
So that Xenotech use skill means you also know how to use it. So basically, you just know how to maintain it. Maybe you even put it on. Like, it's up to you.
Oh yeah, actually, the way I'll view it, instead of being it's a second skin, so it's not. It wasn't an actual skin; it was a suit.
Yeah, it's like a suit. Yeah. It was like sort of like a layer on top of his armor, but you took the armor away, so it's just a layer on top of him. Oop. Did Paul go away on purpose?
No, he's mutant. My guess is either the kids are loud or
Right. Or
he doesn't
dropped
realize
again.
he's mutant.
Well, there's a conclusion here, and then I'd like to talk a little bit, but I have to go soon. It's been quite a bit longer than I originally intended.
Yeah, that's one thing with Paul's games is he tends to run a little long. You there?
Oh, I'm double muted. Oh,
You were double muted, man.
I had to reset I pulled out my mic and
Oh, yikes.
double muted when I reconnected. So, yeah. So basically, you uncover the large sword. I'm just gonna say, yeah, you manage to collect some more rabbits and you make it back and you have a nice little trophy there.
Nice.
And you bring enough food back to last a few to help out. It's a small settlement, so any food helps. Even an extra day's worth is.
Before we head out, I look at Jules and said, "Do you think a skull of one of those things would stop him from wanting to come by our base camp?"
I mean, maybe. I don't know much about these things. It could either piss him off or it could be a warning.
I don't know, but all I know is I don't want them sneaking up to me in bed at night.
I mean, you know more about them than I do. Do you think
Maybe
it'll
we
piss him
should
off?
camp somewhere else.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, you're here. You finished your sleeping. You moved camp.
She doesn't look too enthused about the idea, but she's less enthused about the idea of having one of these sneak up to her at night.
Yeah, you decide to switch camp in the middle of the night somewhere else, and you collect. I said you make it back to. This is you stayed out a couple of days. You made it back. At the end of the third day, you got enough rabbits. You brought a skull back, the chameleon skin. Yeah, and overall, it was you brought enough food, which was the main mission, and you got some extra. You got the suit, which is always going to come in handy.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, and Jake was happy that he goes, overall you did okay. I think you need more practice. We'll go out again in a few weeks and we'll try that again.
Maybe a little bigger spear next time.
And like
she just kind of smiles and walks away.
Yeah, next time I'll bring some guns or something.
Well,
a little better spear.
Sin has one. The gunslinger has a gun, but sucks at the worst one, I think.
I'm really bad with the gun.
But
it's more for a show. I got a gun.
Well, although if we ever train her in firearms, I think we might have something devastating here. She does have a 70 luck.
Well,
you mean Robin?
Skill, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, we'll just close off here. So thank you everyone for joining us. Anyone who may be watching at some point, and this has been Maximum Apocalypse RPG, created by Scott, and little as I said, I'm trying to learn how to run it for a convention. I think I did. I learned quite a bit. I think so. I think it's a success, at least in my book.
Yeah, it was a test run. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think once I have everything printed out in front of me at a convention, it might run a little smoother now that I know things. But yeah, I'd like to thank Scott for joining us, for Nicholas and John as well. Thank you. Scott, is there anything you want to say?
No, thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for playing, trying it out.
And I'd probably like to try this again as a player, even though I'll be running this one a few times. But like try it again. It's an interesting setting and system. So, all right. So end the broadcast. Thank you, everyone.